Hit it, Joe.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land, we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier.
Yeah, we can do that.
Their lives ended in places called Bellwood.
We're getting into the holidays now.
So we'll do the one. We'll do the 2 podcasts.
Yeah, so look,
back to back.
we'll do them back to back, and then we'll do the hour with us. Yeah. Matter of fact, you know what? When you talk to Tom, don't even worry about the booking a guest. It's been a while since you and I just chit chatted. So we'll talk. We'll talk a little bit about Rise of the Future, a couple other things. You know, just anything but politics. All right, very good. All right. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know what happened there, but that
We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf.
Okay, we're just gonna stop it there because I've been talking over it and everything, so it's not polite to be hating on Uncle Reagan like that. Welcome everyone to News on the Flipside. Jay's gonna play a song in a couple minutes, but I just want to say hi to everybody. I want to welcome everyone to News on the Flipside. It is Friday night. It is 9 p.m., 9:17 p.m. where I happen to be located. I'm sure it's
10:17 here on the East Coast.
Yes, he's up on the East Coast. For all of our listeners out there on the West Coast, and what is it, about 7? So, before Jay play, after I say this, Jay, you can go ahead and play the song. So, a little good news for the Republican Party, not so much for the Democratic Party. So there's a governor's race going on in California. Newsom's gone in a year and a half or something. So guess what? The Republican is ahead.
Yeah.
Commandingly ahead. Especially after the one who was in first place in California was that crazy woman.
The first Republican? I think Reagan was a Democrat when he was governor, wasn't
he? I think he was a Republican. You'd have to ask it. I don't have it in front of me.
Hey, Google, was Ronald Reagan a Democrat or Republican when he was governor of California?
Here's some information from the web that might possibly help. According to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, in December 1968, Reagan was elected chair of the Republican Governors Association, succeeding
so he's a Republican.
He remained in the role until he was
pretty sure he's a Republican, because the last Republican governor, of course, was Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he ended in 2011, I believe.
Arnold.
So I caught him in an interview today, but that was 13 years ago. So yeah, they're overdue for a Republican governor. So it takes California about every 15 years or so, or maybe every 10 years or so. They're like, no more of these liberals. It's time.
Yeah, it's like 65 years for the state of Maryland. That's when that's how long it was between their Republican and Democratic parties.
Oh, that's right. Heidi's in Mountain Time. Yes, for you Americans that don't know about Mountain Time, it's a little piece of time that's nestled in between West Coast and Central. They just threw it in there. It's just a little piece of area, up and down. It's not very wide. Don't ask me why they did that, but they did that. And that's why Phoenix never changes times. Them blanking, no good blanking, blanking people. I don't think it's fair that you don't have to change time and all the rest of us do. That's bullshit.
There's a few other states that do it too, but it
was always confusing to me because we had several hosts in Arizona. Currently, we don't have any, but we've had several out there, and I have to remember one year, one part of the year when I was calling them, they were only an hour behind me. The other part of the year, they were 2 hours behind me. Yeah, and I was like, well, this is irritating.
It's confusing.
Well,
California for me is either 3 or 4 hours. behind, depending on what time of year.
It's California. The whole West Coast is 3 hours from me. So, and most of Mexico is 3 hours ahead of me. So, I mean, behind me. It's well, no, they got some.
We don't really need the daylight savings. We honestly don't. It's a moot point.
So which one do you cut though? I mean, which one of the two do you want to cut? You want to cut the one that makes it earlier night, or the one that leaves it daylight longer?
One that gives you an hour more sleep, whichever one that one is.
It doesn't matter because once you get used to it, it's just screwing with it. Well, we do. We observe everything. It's a matter of fact, we should be coming up on a time change pretty soon, huh? November 2nd or something. When the hell is it? Well, Jamie would have to go look. I don't know for sure, but
yeah, it's soon.
But we should be coming up on one, yeah, because it's still not getting dark here until almost 8 o'clock. When we change times, 5:25, it's dark. I mean, it's dark outside. It's like dark night, real nighttime dark.
It's starting to get dark here too, or it is dark.
And
all right, we ready for that song?
Go ahead and put it up, and we'll be right back, guys and girls. So hang out. Jay's gonna play a little music for y'all. We'll be back at a couple of promos, and we'll see you. Welcome back, everyone, to News on the Flip Side. I hope y'all enjoyed a little Michael Jackson there. God rest his soul wherever he happens to be. I'm not sure what side of the spectrum he actually ended up on. Probably not the sunny, pretty, flowy, white, pillowy side either. I would think it'd be.
He may have left the planet to go visit his buddy Elvis as well.
Yes, I think. Oh no, I think he might be.
Evening, Sherry.
He might be just sharing some special time down there where it's warm. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? It's a little special time. Some special time. You know what the special time is, people? You don't have a special time? This is so I can have two conversations at one time. Oh yeah, look at that. That works pretty good. Anyway, welcome back to News on the Flip Side, everybody. I really do hope you're having a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon, good late night, early morning, wherever you happen to be listening to us tonight, this morning, wherever you are. I know we're all over the place these days. It's, we're in every time zone there is. We're everywhere. So, if you're looking for this kind of entertainment, all you got to do is type in United Public Radio or UFO Paranormal Radio. Either way, you'll find us, but depends what you're looking for, but some things show up better on United Public. Some show up better on UFO. Like I said, it's all about what you're looking for. Tonight, of course, is News on the Flip Side, and we got all kind of news to get into tonight and all kind of fun stuff to talk about. Of course, we are day 24 of the strike, right? 24 days.
25, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was the first, so it's 24 days. It's 24. It's 24 because we were on the first. It started on the first.
The free encyclopedia. The most significant shutdowns include the 35-day shutdown of 2018-2019 during the first presidency of Donald Trump, caused by a dispute over expanded
35 days.
The U.S.-Mexico
That's the longest one, yeah. This one's only 24 days.
Hey, Google, stop.
This one will be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 24.
Yeah, well, it happened on the first.
Though, so.
Yeah. So this shutdown's easy because it was October 1st it started, so it's easy to keep. All you got to do is look at whatever day it is, and that's how many days it's been.
Well, the only reason the Democrats don't feel bad about it is because none of their friends are affected by it.
No, the Democrats do feel bad about it. The Democrats are feeling pain now because they
got a bunch of their programs turned off permanently.
Well, so what's going to happen is, so what is it? So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. By Tuesday, if the country's not reopened, there will be no SNAP benefits in November.
Yeah, there are already no SNAP benefits right now in the state of Pennsylvania. So,
well, this is nationwide. As of, it's official.
It's already spent in Pennsylvania. That's what I'm saying.
If your SNAP benefits came after the 16th of October, they've already been turned off. But if they were before, then you still got them. Yeah, so some people got lucky, some people did. But right now, as it stands, unless something changes, it's over with until further notice. And then they're saying that the people are saying that they're going to give you just a lump check for however long, like if it's 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, however long the benefits go. But some people are just saying they're just going to push it back. And, wherever you are on your yearly thing is where you'll be. Right. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, we don't know. But
it's a scary thing regardless. I mean, not only that is going to happen, unemployment insurance is going to stop being paid out at the same time. So people who are recently unemployed, myself included, yay. It's going to be a while before any of that comes in at all. So we have to people to look for jobs.
It's going to be tough for you. I mean, if we go through Thanksgiving and Christmas without SNAP benefits or because air traffic controllers will just quit at Christmas time. They'll have to go somewhere else. Think of it this way, ladies and gentlemen, in less than a month, most of the federal employees, because most people don't have more than a month's savings in the bank. So in less than a month, most of the people laid off in the federal government, which is all the federal employees, all the military, with the military stuck, they got to do their job no matter what. But all the air traffic controllers, all the SNAP people, everybody who works for those things will have been off a month without pay. So they're going to have to start looking for jobs, which means even when this stops, they're only going to probably get back a third or half of their employees, which means everything will be taken forever to get out.
And as I just said, if they lose their jobs and are looking for jobs in the interim, they're also not going to get unemployment insurance like the rest of us till the government starts back up.
And unemployment don't even make sense to me because unemployment's a state benefits. I don't even know why they do that.
I think it's also federal.
No, it is. It is. So that's why SNAP is because SNAP is technically part of the Medicaid.
Yeah, they're both federal programs distributed at the state level and the county level.
Well, that's partially true. The states pay for, I think, about half of it.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's,
some of so like in Maryland when I was there, this is when it was 6% sales tax. I think it's higher now, but when it was 6% sales tax, you 4% of your tax in Montgomery County went to the Fed, and 2% went to Montgomery County. And so that's how it was paid, because Montgomery County did all kinds of stuff, like they ran their own liquor license stuff. No store in Montgomery County sells liquor except for county-run stores.
yeah, well, that's like that in several places. It's like that here in
Yeah.
Mississippi. Now, in Louisiana and New Orleans, you can buy it in a convenience store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are no restrictions.
In Georgia, you can only buy it in a liquor store, but there are several in the state. Here in Pennsylvania, I think you can buy everything but liquor in the stores, like the grocery store. I can get beer and wine, but
Yeah, you get beer
hard
and
liquor, I
wine.
got to go to a state-run store.
But yeah, so they got to go to a liquor store. Most of them are state sponsored, but there are some private ones too. So it's well, they're all private, but they're all state sponsored too. Somehow the states got their fingers in it.
Oh yeah,
but
this is out the butt.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, the economy was making a nice turn. Everything looks like pretty good. Inflation barely went anywhere. Unemployment's
And
doing
then
good.
Trump dropped the bomb on Canada and ceased all trade negotiations.
Well, he basically told Canada to go fuck yourselves, is what he did. But Canada had it coming. So whoever that is, what is it, Ontario, the guy who runs Ontario, he's the guy who caused this. He put up some fake Reagan, well, not fake Reagan, but it was actually Reagan, but he cut it, to make it sound like he wanted to. And Trump got pissed about it and said, no, that's it. We're done. Because what he was doing is he was trying to interfere with the Supreme Court's decision on the tariffs thing. It pissed Trump off. Trump's like, well, you're going to try to interfere in our politics? Get the fuck out of here. You're done. You're over with. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the let him build his thing. Leave him alone. Jesus. What is I still don't understand why y'all bitching about this. Let him build it. Everybody else has built something. Somewhere on my Facebook page, and I'll go find it for y'all in a little while, but somewhere on my Facebook page is the list of presidents who have done shit to the White House. And it's a big list, and it's a lot of money.
He's not the first, and he's not the worst. Truman gutted the entire interior structure,
and it needed to be gutted too.
Only the roof and the 4 or 5, 6 walls.
Yeah, he only left the inner walls. Everything else was gone.
Gutted.
Matter of fact, there's pictures
he only
of
left the outer walls. He completely gutted the inside.
I mean the inside of the outer walls is what I'm talking about.
He
left that. So when you're in the White House, when you look at the outer walls and you see the wall facing inside, that's the original wall. And some of those walls were even there before the fire. So some of that's actually pretty old, and for the most part, he did. He went in there and gutted everything. There's actually pictures of it with steel beams all over holding the walls up. It was just a shell. There was nothing in it.
Here we go.
And they redid the whole damn thing.
I'll get you one. I got you one. I'm gonna clear this stupid ad.
So, well, no, actually, the ballroom was put forward by Bill Clinton. So Bill Clinton said he wrote a letter to George Bush as he was leaving, because Bill spent $457 million on renovations himself in the White House. Yes, that's more than Trump's going to spend now. And that was 15 years ago. So that would translate out in today to closer to, 800 million. Yeah, because, you got to take in inflation.
Oh,
so
it wants a freaking card. Hang on, I got to find a free one.
Take time. So anyway, I want you to pay for it. That's becoming internet. Internet was supposed to, everything on the internet was always supposed to be free. That was how it was built from day one. And in the beginning, everything was free. Now,
this is free. Okay.
No, but anyway, getting back to what I was telling you, what Jay's doing at. It's Bill Clinton sent him that letter, and Bush was going to do it. He was going to build it, but then, of course, somebody blew up the Twin Towers, and we had a little problem there for the next 8 years. And then Obama was going to do it, but Obama got one of the kitchens and his basketball court and something else done, and he still wanted to do the ballroom, but he couldn't get the rest of the funding through Congress, so he couldn't do it. So, and of course, Joe Biden was asleep. So Trump's doing it.
And in his defense, also, the East Wing is not an original piece of the White House.
There's nothing original anymore.
Well, no, this is the interior of the White House, where the main White House, where the original building.
And by the way, that's after the rebuild. People forget that place burned to the ground.
Yes, that's after the first rebuild. This is Truman's rebuild, and again, but that's still a lot of history that was destroyed in all that molding and stuff that they destroyed. But look, they got dump trucks and bulldozers and a trellis that they had, several trellises they had to build to hold the roof up.
Okay, but they don't destroy stuff like that. So anytime when my company would go in and we'd be doing a remodel, any really nice crown mold and a floor mount and stock mold and all that, we'd take that stuff and sell it. There were several people.
This is the 1940s or 50s. So
they'd have been doing it. Oh yeah, they'd definitely been doing it. No, they'd have been doing it because people would have wanted this memorability even back then. Actually, probably more back then today because more people were more patriotic then than they are today. So even it was, but a lot of people will come in stuff like that. So just to put it in perspective, we were doing a place in the French Quarter, and this was just old case molding is what this was, but it was shiplap case. It came off of a 1590 Spanish galleon. That's where the lap came from. It was
those actual shiplap one.
Yeah. So when they pulled it, man, everybody was wanting to buy it from us, and not cheaply either. I think it was like it came up to about $250 a foot, and it was outrageous. But we couldn't get as fast as we could get it off. There was somebody waiting to buy it, and then one guy just came in and doubled the offer, and we said, sure. Well, as we pull it, you can come get it. And he did. He bought every piece of casing, floor molding, crown, and all. It's some beautiful triple stack crown. I mean, crown was this wide. It was beautiful. It was inlaid. It was great. It was all hand done too, because back then they didn't have machines to do it. So a lot of that stuff would have been saved or used, and some of it would have been reused in other places or put into other buildings. But a lot of that would have been taken home by people associated with the government. Your favorite piece of wall, your favorite whatever, your favorite window. Jenny, I guarantee the windows in that building has been replaced 4 or 5 times. If there's not double insulated argon glass windows in that building, somebody needs to be fucking fired. Matter of fact, every federal building should either have the solid, which we call solid safety glass, which is insulated, or they should have double insulated argon. And I mean argon filled rated. I think it's I forgot what the rating is, but it's high. And that way you get no RV, no UV comes into your house, no heat comes into your house, no heat goes out your house, and you can look out your beautiful windows. Let me tell you what, when you look at the windows in the French Quarter and them old houses, them old sash windows with that little thin piece of glass in there and big gaps, geez, I don't know how people didn't freeze.
Yeah, and them double pane windows will stop most bullets under 44 Magnum.
Yeah, so. Of course I got double insulated windows in my house. The only thing I don't like about my house is they put in slider windows. I hate those side-to-side windows. Well, like for the studio, I wanted to put a window unit in. I didn't want to have to put a wall unit in because I need a extra AC back here for the computers. And with the slide side window, I had to make a special thing for the window unit. Yeah, well, it gets hot back here without it. Oh, yeah. Even with the main AC running. And I got a big, almost 4 tons, not 3 3/4 ton, I believe, in the house, in a 1,500 square foot house. So it should freeze you out, and it don't. So I keep them in this office. I keep one in here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, this time of year, I can stop running as much, but still. So, yeah, it looks like a Republican could be governor of California. Would that be a murderized come 2028 election if there's a governor?
Yeah, but is he gonna have the stamina to do 2 terms like Schwarzenegger did?
Reagan did. Seem like every Republican governor got 2 terms.
Yeah, I mean,
and if the country's on track like it is right now, he'll get 2 terms. Come on.
Yeah.
Because California is in a shithole right now. I was listening to Newsom talk about his plans to run for president, and this guy just ripped Newsom a new ass. He's like, really? He said, what are you first to know? That's right.
It also sounds like that, like either Newsom or what's her name, the mayor of LA. So one of them seems like they might be caught up in some kind of scandal with selling property that was, into the burn zone. Oh,
they're on all kind of scandals. So that's yet to come out, but that stuff you'll start seeing before the election next year. So you're gonna hear stuff because the guy got Newsom good. He said, well, what did your state first at? And Newsom was kind of angry. So he goes, well, we know you first at homeless and then taxes. You said you get the highest taxes and the worst homeless. And then the guy just started going off. He had like a list of 20 things. And he said, you think you're going to be president? He said, nobody's electing you.
Governor of Illinois.
Illinois. Oh, the billionaire guy, not Shapiro.
It's
It might be. I
Pataki.
don't remember his name.
Hey,
Yeah, I know
Google,
Shapiro's
who is the governor of the state of Illinois?
He's a little fat fuck.
Pritzker. Hey, Google,
Yeah,
stop. Yeah,
yeah.
JG or JB Pritzker. Yeah, he is. Wow, he's just delusional. Every poll. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna do polls tonight, but if we are, we need to look these up. He is denying every poll that Brett Baer rattled out to him on the news the other day that his city is number one in murders per capita. He's like, oh no, our murders have been down by half and have gone down by half for every 4 years for the last 4 years.
No, that's bullshit.
Bullshit.
But it hasn't gone down. But that was the point. That's what he got nailed on. So, no, they have. They were 1 year they were 1,100 and something.
He's saying they went down by half the last 4 years, every 4 years.
No. I don't know what they're on track for this year. You'd have to ask Google what they're on track for, but I thought it was a murder and a half every day is where they are right now, like 375 or something.
Hey, Google, what's the murder capital of the United States of America?
Oh, you can't do it that way.
St. Louis. On the website Freedom.
Yeah, you can't do it like that.
They say St. Louis remains
St. Louis is deadly
murder rate in America and is still considered murder capital of the U.S.
And New Orleans is like second or third. A long time. New Orleans has been second or third.
Wow. And well, at one time when I was in Savannah going to college, Savannah was number one throughout the country, even worse than DC. So that's shocking.
Yeah, no, it was weird because New Orleans has always been the murder capital of the country half the time. I mean, the rate of murders down here is as bad as it is in Chicago, and we have a third of the population. I mean, if you take the whole entire metro area, there might be 2 million people, but the city itself is below. It's like 400,000 right now, and the biggest it ever been was 650,000. So if you, like I said, you do the whole metro area is like 2 million, but Chicago in the metro area is going to be 7 or 8 million. So the little places keep pace because they don't have as many people. So it makes it look worse, but it doesn't matter because Chicago is still killing anywhere from 1 to 3 people a day in their state. Most of those are in Chicago.
Wow. This one is saying Memphis, Tennessee is number one.
Memphis makes it up there.
It was Oakland, and number 3 is St. Louis, Missouri. And then Baltimore, Maryland. Wow. Number 4.
Well, Baltimore's always been a bad one.
Yep. Detroit, Michigan is 5. Alexandria, Louisiana, number 6.
They're bad, but you see, but
Cleveland, Ohio, shocker. Here we go. New Orleans,
but what's not being shown here is they're talking about this. But Baltimore is 50 times larger than New Orleans, 80 times larger than Alexandria. So there's people just don't quite get how dangerous some places are.
Yeah, but you got Alexandria, Louisiana, New Orleans, and Monroe, Louisiana. Those 3 cities may make up that same amount of. So together, those 3 cities might be like number 7.
It's it can get dangerous. I know New Orleans murdered per capita like 4 years in a row about 2 decades ago.
I'm surprised California. No California cities have come up. I'm surprised about that with all the recent, protests.
But you see, that's the other thing. Each one of its big cities probably has a murder and a half a day. It's so that's a lot. And when you start talking about how many cities there are in California, that's a lot of people dying.
Yeah,
and it's all unnecessary deaths. These aren't deaths that through a disease or something like that. These are all unnecessary deaths. So these are things that can be prevented, but for some reason, they're not being prevented. And it's worse than that because that doesn't even paint the whole picture. So what the mayor or the governor of Illinois didn't want to say is violent crime is up in the state like 60%. So yes, murders are down, but violent crime is up. Carjackings are down. Petty theft is up.
I actually think what Brett was trying, it was not Brett Hume, Brett Baer, I think is his name. He was saying that murder rate was up in the polls that he was reading off. Murder rate was up,
Well,
and they were
see,
like
and that's the other thing.
17.7 for the rate for the whole country, and like New York was like 6 or 7.
And that's the other thing, because the Fed stats from Joe Biden shows that Chicago, just like DC, was on an upswing, not on a downswing, like they said they were. So, and DC's actually revised its stats twice because they got caught lying. So DC originally said all crime was down in the city by 35-40%. That sounds great. But what people don't take in consideration when they say that the crime was so high that 40% is still way worse than anywhere else in the country. You know, that they don't understand. It's like Chicago. You hear them saying that, but the people in Chicago going, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It's diddly here. Every weekend, between 30 and 50 people get shot or injured or beat up. At least lately, it's been 9-10 a weekend getting killed. So, I mean, it's not exactly a safe place. I wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't want to think every time I walked in a park, somebody was going to fucking do a drive-by. That shit don't happen down here.
Yeah. No, there's some. It's just shocking. I was looking at a map here with homicide rates per capita per 100,000 by state in 2021. And New Mexico is 15. Louisiana is 21. Mississippi is 23.7. Those are the three highest right there. Pennsylvania is 9.2, where I'm at. Ohio is 9.3. New York, 4.8. Shocker right there. I guess there's not that many people in the upstate parts, but so that, and California is 6.4. It's a lot bigger, so but still I'm shocked it's not as big. I mean, Louisiana is a very small state compared to Texas, which is 8.2 murders per capita per 100,000, where it's 21.3 in Louisiana.
Yeah, well, and there's only 4 million people in Louisiana. That's it.
Yeah, it's shocking.
But that's not really true statement.
Mississippi's the next highest, 23.7.
But those figures aren't. So now you have to look and see where.
Yeah, like I said, that was 2021. So
no, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's several things there that was false because we get the stats here regularly. So first off, you have to find out who did the poll and what was the sample of the poll, who did all the sampling of the polls, and where did they get the data from. Because currently,
these are just maps I looked up. One is Wikipedia, and
they're all So Wiki's being sued for disinformation. I quit using Wiki because lately I find them to be lacking at best. That and ChatGPT, I noticed they've been giving out a lot of bogus, and even that Perplexity thing, it's been giving out bogus information. Because I've started checking them. I've even started checking Alexa. Because I noticed lately they make a lot. From what I understand with
ChatGPT, they just recently did an update that isn't doing what they thought it would. So I think they're going to probably do a fix to that. But I can't speak for that company. But I did hear a rumor of that somewhere.
Yeah, no, I heard there's a lot of stuff going on. So we'll just have to wait and see. But there's so much. That's why we're so strict about polls, because I noticed things like they'll come in. So Louisiana and statewide murder rate for the 4 million people are there, we come out to about, I think it's 0.25 murders a day statewide. So when you look at it like that, it's different in place. Just in Chicago alone, it's 1.5 murders a day. That's more than our entire state. So and that's just the city. If you do Illinois as a state, that murder rate is going to jump to about 3 a day, probably about 2.5 a day, but still. So they don't count it like that. So it gives you a false reading. But the Fed has started coming down on that shit. They started coming down on doing Joe Biden because they said it was given erroneous information and you weren't getting the true. Because what was happening is the cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, Baltimore, New York were fudging their information. They were using it to fudge their information. Because you can't have half your city wanting to move out because it's safe.
Yeah. Well, and on the same token, like with certain mayors, their cities are literally burning down around them, and they're saying, "We have it handled. We've called out for help from 65 other counties and countries." Now, this is Los Angeles months and months ago, but still, if you're first responder departments, your ambulance services, your fire services, and your police and other civil services such as that are calling out for help from other counties and from other states, i.e., Nevada, which is the next closest state to California that could help in that situation. Guess what? The situation is not in hand. It's not under control. And you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And I mean, literally, their buildings are burning down around them, and the government's like, "Oh, it's just playful banter in the streets." I mean, they're insane. The Democrats have just completely gone bonkers.
Well, they have. They've pretty much gone bonkers.
If I were Donald Trump, I'm saying no one's seen it. We haven't seen anything like it. No one's seen any government like this. They're holding 42 million people hostage in the next week or two, who will not get their duly owed state benefits.
It's going to hurt a lot of people for the holidays.
Food.
Yeah, it's going to hurt a lot of people. You know, it's going to hurt a lot of elderly. It's going to hurt a lot of families that count on that money. What's that, Jessica?
Yeah.
SNAP varies from state to state because of cost of living, but two people down here making under, say, $1,700 a month will get about $550 of food stamps a month. Yeah. Big families can see $2,000 or $3,000 a month.
Yeah, they usually, like, since I'm a single male, they usually give me about $200 to $400 a month. Depends on how good the economy is.
Yeah.
I've had as much as $400 on the card for 1 week, and then the next week, but sometimes it's $200.
Yeah, so it's what's that, Jesse? No, I mean, no, food stamps, you just get it. They give you a card and they upload it to your card once a month, and that's your money for the month. And then every 12 months, I think you got to renew it or something, or you got to go in.
I think it's every week you have to, go into the various, websites to.
Oh, that's unemployment. That's different.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah, that's different. Yeah, food stamps are a whole different thing. Unemployment's all by its little lonesome over there. No, Jesse, you got to look. You got to actively be looking for a job with unemployment, or they'll take it away from you. I've collected unemployment twice in my life. Max benefits. I remember when max benefits was $300 a week. That was max. Yeah, this was like in '83 or something. I think the guy told me that. I looked at him like, "What? How much?"
Shit, in '83, I think the minimum wage in '83 was $3.15 an hour, and I was working at the pool. It's been my third year, I think. Yeah, third or fourth year. So I was probably making about $5 or $6 an hour as a lifeguard, and as a teenager in the '80s, that was some pretty good dough.
They was that Gene? No, I'm used to having X amount of money. I've been spurled, yes.
Well, but
no, not these days.
The economy also has a factor. In the '80s, a number one Big Mac meal, and I believe it was a large fries and a large soda, and the sandwich, the meal deal, was with tax added in $4.24 in Maryland, in Rockville, when I was a kid. $4.24 for the whole meal. Well, it's $12 now.
I was a general manager for McDonald's on the beach. No, God, this is
yeah.
So how old was my son? 40. So this was 34, 35 years ago. So this would have been like late 80s, early 90s. But anyway, they paid me good. I made $105,000 a year plus bonus. And since I was a beach store, which made $3 million a month, I actually got a pretty decent bonus. But it was funny because our kids' meals, or like our double cheeseburger or our single cheeseburger, Coke and a fry, was $1.25. And I think the double one was like $2.20. The quarter pounder meal was like $3.75 or $3.45. And people used to bitch about it. Oh yeah, that's expensive, man. Come on, that's highway robbery.
Well, because all right, so if we go back a little further, I remember when I was even younger, when I was a kid, when I was 4, 5, and 6, McDonald's cheeseburger. Let's start at the bottom. The McDonald's hamburger was, I believe, 5 cents. The cheeseburger was 10 cents. The quarter pounder with cheese, I think, was 25 cents, and the Big Mac was 60 cents. This is in like the 70s when I was 6 years old. When I was 6 years old, I had my first Big Mac. Big Mac came out in 1966, but it didn't trickle out to all of the franchisees until much later on. It didn't become a major thing until at least the 70s. So I had my first one. I was 6 years old, and I liked it so much. While I was eating, I said, "Mom, can I get another one?" I ate 2 Big Macs that day. I ate $1.20 in Big Macs.
Yeah,
My
bad
first
part was
Big
Big
Mac
Macs were
experience.
bigger back then too.
Yes.
All the
So was
sandwiches
I. I
were
was a
bigger.
fat little kid. I ate 2. They were huge. I mean, you couldn't get your hand around them.
Oh, they were big back in the day. They gotten pretty small these days. I mean,
Yeah.
their fish sandwich is a joke.
It's still one of my favorites, though. I do like their fish sandwich.
Yeah, well now they
They have a
offer you
double now.
two. Yeah, well they
double.
offer you 2 sandwiches now. They got a double sandwich deal now.
Sometimes, yeah. It's a once in a while. It's a seasonal deal.
Down
you
here,
get, like
down
2
here,
for $4.
yeah,
Yeah.
down here it's year round because we're a seafood place.
Oh yeah, you're a seafood. Yeah, true.
Yeah, so anything seafood stays down here as long as it's decent, it's good. Well, no, like Wendy's and all of them offer fish sandwiches, so they don't offer them every store.
Wendy's fish sandwich is a little different. I guess we've entered the food porn segment.
No, we're getting ready to leave it because we got too much real news to talk about. But
yeah, their fish sandwich is okay. It's fried and it's a different type of batter.
Yeah, it's definitely a different kind of batter. Well, y'all can keep it
100%
nasty
different.
fish. Fish has lead in it, man. You eat that nasty shit. I don't want that nasty.
It also has
stuff.
mercury in it.
Yeah, it got mercury in it too. See, lead and mercury, and y'all eating that stuff, and you wonder why you glow at night and shit. That's why. No, it's serious. Fish there's a lot of pollution in the oceans, people. Do you realize you're getting less polluted than your fish are? That's just look how vast the oceans are. So that tells you the amount of pollution in it. For all my friends down in Jamaica, hey guys, I feel for y'all. Y'all fixing to get your asses handed to you.
Speaking of oceans, how about them pictures of the new lakes they got on the moon of?
Wait.
Saturn?
We'll do that. I mean, I'm doing an update on the hurricane. It's yeah. So if you're down in Jamaica right now, you better start praying or getting on the plane
or smoking.
if you can. Because they're fixing that. Smoking ain't going to save you from this one, my friend. This will probably be a Cat 5 when it hits your little island.
Oh shit!
And it's looking like the eye may go right over the top of y'all's capital city.
Get out now! You're gonna get hit by the hard side and the heavy side, and the heavy side's the back side of it.
The bad part is it's only going to slow it down from a 5 to a 4, and that 4 is going to rip through the eastern side of Cuba. Now that will slow it down because Cuba's on that side.
Well, it's probably going to hit Haiti too, won't it?
I don't know. I didn't say anything about Haiti. It was already kicking somebody's ass. That might have been Haiti right there was getting their ass kicked. Somebody was already getting kicked. And then it's going to come back out. And fortunately for the East Coast, there's a little front coming up. So it's going to keep it right offshore. But it might hit Canada as a Cat 2.
Holy cow. When was the last time Canada got hit?
I think it hit more than you think. I was surprised too when I found out about it. I was like, "What, really?" But they don't never get big storms. I mean, they call them northeasters and stuff. But people, a Cat 2 hurricane is not a real hurricane. I mean, it's a real hurricane, but it's not a real hurricane. No, down here. So I cannot tell you how many Cat 2s. We got these big, huge rafts about half the size of this room I'm in. And we throw all the kids on them. They got these little things you put your hands on, you can strap onto them, and just throw them out on those 14-foot waves. And you'll see the big blue thing go up. All the kids are hanging outside. I'll flip them down, flip them around, throw them back on. It's like a trampoline on waves. It's insane, but it's a lot of fun. And we see a lot of surfers and all out in it. But yeah, you'll have your windsurfers out there, your regular surfers out there.
Surfers hit the beach right before the hurricanes hit because that's when the waves are the biggest and best.
Yeah,
before they get too dangerous.
But for and sometimes the storms pass right off the coast, so we get big surf, but no storm. Yeah, because if it's off in the Gulf, 100 miles out, 200 miles out, we still get decent surf, but we're not going to get any real wind. But anyway, getting back to the storm, just be careful, people. Buckle down, button down. Cat 5.
They say get out if you can.
Well, Jamaica, there ain't no way to get out too. Once the airport's closed, you're screwed, and they said it'll be closing pretty soon.
You have to have a boat.
Yeah, you can't get out on a boat. The waves will kill you. So a Cat 5, Katrina started as a Cat 5. When it actually technically made landfall, it was a high 3 or a low 4. The surge where I'm sitting right now was 24 feet. The high surge, which was in Gulfport, what the hell, 10:01 p.m. My damn earbuds telling me what time it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you're telling me it's break time, huh? But anyway, the surge was about almost 28 feet there because there's a church with a steeple on it, and the whole church was gutted. all the steeple was good except for the very top, and the bell was still sitting there. The bottom
Ding,
of the
ding,
bell
ding.
to the ground was 28.5 feet. So that's how big and it's right on the beach. That's how big that surge was coming in. It pushed the surge all the way to interstate, which is 15 minutes off the beach, 10 miles or so. Yeah, it was crazy, people. When I came down here, see, because I'm a contractor, so I had special access. When I came down, I came in my truck, and there was so much sand on the road. The road was actually about 4 foot higher than what it was, and it was packed. Well, because the hotel where we were staying the night before the storm, and the casino we were gambling in, the casino was actually on top of the hotel where we stayed. And we were going to spend the night that night. And I started watching that storm while I was gambling. I said, oop. I still remember Linda when I called her. I called her stuff and I said, come on, get your stuff, cash out, we're leaving. I said, start calling kids, tell them we're all evacuating. They're like, what? And I never evacuate, never, ever evacuate for a storm. And when they heard that because they're always bitching, we gotta go. I mean, we're not going anywhere. Well, we gotta go. And then when I called them and said, we're leaving, they're like, what do you mean we're leaving? I said, we're leaving. I said, if you're stupid enough to stay, you'll probably be dead. And so they all packed up and they all hauled ass. And good thing too, my middle stepdaughter, she had 14 feet of water in her house. It was wiped. Two of my stepdaughters who were living in apartments, there was so much rain that the apartment above collapsed into the apartment below and crushed all their shit.
Wow.
I got lucky. The place, the duplex I had at the time, only got about 4 inches of water, and thank God, because it was raised. So, well, I mean, it wasn't off the ground, but the area was kind of high right there. So when we got there, I cut all the kids loose, and they went in and pulled all the carpet out and all the molding and treated everything, and we started going to work, hooked up the generators, and away we went. Actually, we went walking through the neighborhood with a chainsaw, cutting trees out the way so we could get in and out and finding places where water was broke so we could turn the water lines off there so we had pressure at the house.
Oh, shit. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. No, Jesse, you couldn't drink that water. It's bad enough bathing. And then we wouldn't have bathed in it if we couldn't have hooked up one of the hot water heaters. Yeah, but we were able to hook up one of the hot water heaters. Yeah, just one of those things. But anyway, we got to go to break. And then we're going to come back. No, Jesse, no, we got some promos we got to play real quick. But then we're going to come back. There's a lot of stuff like the lakes Jay was just talking about on one of the moons. This is all interesting stuff. It's definitely it's definitely interesting stuff. I mean, there's some good science stuff in tonight's show, which we're going to get into.
There's some weird science coming up.
Yeah. So, and most of this is verified science. So, well, I try as much as I can to do verified science. It makes it easier when people say, "Oh, well, that's bullshit." Oh, no, it's not. It's verified. So, anyway, guys and girls, we'll be back in probably 6 or 7 minutes. So, why don't y'all get a cup of coffee, get some popcorn, smoke a joint, have a bourbon. Oh, you see me with the Crown Royal? Well, I can't drink it. It's Canadian whiskey. I can't drink it. Well, Americans are not allowed to consume any Canadian products. You didn't hear the president yesterday? Do not buy anything from Canada. He basically said, fuck Canada. And Crown Royal's produced in Ontario, Toronto, so no. I wanted to take a sip. It smelled so good. Canadian whiskey is smooth. American whiskey is different than Canadian whiskey. If you haven't, there's no way for me to explain it to you. So if you haven't drank it, you won't know. But it's just a different smell, different taste, different buzz, actually. It's a different thing. It's like drinking mezcal with the worm in it. It's a different kind of buzz.
Oh, yeah. I did that once.
Yes. Everybody I know did it once and then ended up apologizing.
Just once. I
I
ate the worm. That's it.
I don't know what's in that damn worm, man, but that damn worm will get you in trouble.
You will see things.
I don't know what they put in that worm. That worm has got some extracurricular activities going.
It's mescaline. It's the worm's full of mescaline. The worm's tripping its face off.
It's what are you talking about, Jess? No, tequila is made from a cactus.
It's made the true stuff is made from the mezcal plant, which is what you're talking about with the worm in it. The mezcal worm eats the mezcal plant, which is mescaline, which is usually the base for most.
It looks like you know what, Jesse? It looks like a giant aloe vera.
Looks like a caterpillar. Looks like a caterpillar. It's huge. It's enormous.
No, not the worm. The cactus. It looks like a giant aloe vera.
It looks also kind of like they also call it a pina. It looks like a giant pineapple.
It's a weird looking thing. But we got to go to break, so we'll be back in, like I said, about 8 minutes. So hang out, stay tuned to News on the Flip Side. United Public Radio. Jay and I'll be here talking about some science, and then we got some funny links, and we got some polls. Matter of fact, let me pull this up right quick and give y'all a teaser before we leave. Wait, what's my guy saying here? This little guy's pretty good. So this guy, I listen to this guy pretty regularly. We're not going to be able to play all of it because it's too long for the show, but where the hell did it go? Well, there's a particular poll on here. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Anyway, that's for when we come back, and we'll talk about that. And then we got these other things we're going to talk about. So I want everyone to stay tuned to United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side. What, you going to bitch? You got to bitch, you got to write to Michelle DeRoche.
Yeah, and she's not here yet.
Yes, she likes, she wants you to write to her. She says she feels lonely sometimes. Y'all should write to her more often. Make her feel loved. Yes, that's all I'm saying. Make her feel loved.
It doesn't get enough email.
Yeah, she said she gets very few emails from you weird people, and she misses it. Yes. So please write to Michelle Doherty. Say courtesy of Jay McNichols.
Yeah, especially if you have a good topic for us. Yeah, definitely.
Damn it. I stepped on my cord from my ear. Anyway, guys and girls, let me kick up this break and we'll be back and hang out. Enjoy yourself. Oh, wait, here we need this first. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, what? What the hell that is? Yes, here we go.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Start this conversation. We got no relation.
Hi, I'm Brittany Ashley, your host of Breaking Norms Building Dreams, your guide through this transformative journey in both business and life. This is your place crafted for dreamers, doers, or anyone who has been told they can't. Get ready as we challenge those narratives together. You're tuning in live to the United Public Radio Network, airing on 105.3 and 107.7 FM in New Orleans. We are streaming on all the popular platforms every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me for a candid and thought-provoking conversation celebrating your unique journey because you are worth it.
Are you ready to explore the unknown? Dive into the world of the strange, mysterious, and unexplained with Eerie Expeditions magazine. Each issue is packed with spine-tingling tales, cutting-edge paranormal investigations, and exclusive insights into hauntings, cryptids, UFOs, and more. Whether you're a seasoned investigator or just love a good ghost story, Eerie Expeditions magazine has something for you. Join our growing community of truth seekers and adventure lovers. Subscribe today at EerieExpeditionsMagazine.com. And
Welcome to the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Airing live on the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 FM in New Orleans.
Have you ever felt you weren't alone? Something in the shadows, a light in the sky, a creature no one believes you saw? Welcome to Paranormal Heart Podcast, where ghosts, cryptids, UFOs, aliens, and the unknown aren't just stories. They're real encounters. Join me, Kat Ward, every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern on the United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM, New Orleans, and 105.3 the Gulf Coast. UPRNTalkRadio.com, YouTube, and wherever you find your favorite podcast. Paranormal Heart Podcast. Paranormal talk from the heart and soul.
That's a badass theme. I think you're muted.
Wow, we were. That's weird. Gary said we should be using it as the theme song for the show.
It's a cool song. John Carpenter did that. It's very, very Tubular Bells like.
It's cool. You know what it is.
It's very iconic. Yeah, 100%.
You know
that
what
and the Jaws theme. Yeah, very iconic.
Well, so you got a couple of the themes from a couple of the old horror movies that are out there that you kind of recognize, and it's just certain sounds that are just iconic. What is that, Johnny? I don't know. No, really, I don't. It's aliens. I read an article today from a NASA guy saying the reason we're not getting contact is the aliens have just gotten fucking bored with us. No, I'm serious. It's a legit article, peer reviewed and everything.
Really?
He says that they've been trying to contact us forever. We're legit, and all we give them is grief because we're after something.
We're asking for handouts,
we're not there with our best intentions. We don't
know that they're here for our best intentions either.
Well, they're probably not. Well, who do you contact when you come? See, that's the other problem an alien has that comes here. Who do you contact? China, Russia, us, Europe, EU, what?
Yeah, who first? NATO, UN.
I mean, that alone could start a freaking war. Most certainly could start a war. Nobody's gonna let the other guy get the advantage with alien technology unless the aliens step in. I don't know if they would be willing to actually step in. So for us, it's a wait and see thing. It's like Three-Eye Atlas.
Putin's reaction would be if we actually, the U.S. government stepped out and said, not only do we have alien technology, but they're our best friends now, and these are the three races we hang out with. And boom, what do you think Putin would do? You think he'd start a war? I mean, he's already in the middle of one, but you think he would, escalate?
Well, if he thought he was going to lose, of course he'd start a war. Any normal leader would if they thought they were going to be taken over. Look, this is a perfect example. So we just put a carrier down in the Gulf.
We didn't just put a carrier. We put the USS Gerald Ford, the largest aircraft
carrier we owned that was patrolling overseas until recently. And had just been redeployed in May, I believe, or June. Anyway, had been redeployed overseas, and that's where it was supposed to be.
Yeah, but this time it's got F-35s on it.
Yeah, well, we already had 8 ships down there in a submarine before this deployment came in, and carriers never travel alone. Now, she may be traveling minimal because she's so close to the States themselves. I mean, we can launch planes from anywhere on the coast. There, you'd be surprised when we can jet. I was wondering the other day, how come there were so many takeoffs from Eglin Air Force the other day? Now I know why, because we got a carrier group going down there. They're patrolling now. Just like during wartime, we're patrolling the Gulf. They're keeping airplanes up all the time, flying back and flying. It's not good. The only time we usually do that kind of stuff is when we're going to war. Just before the last 2 wars we got into, activity down here went through the roof. Helicopters all over the place, dog fights over the Gulf. I mean, it was constant. Jets flying all day long, all night long. Big C-130s flying over, making your house sway to side. No, because they fly low going out to the Gulf. I've seen C-130s at 500 feet or lower. It's scary looking when you see a plane that big just flying over the top of your ass.
Yeah, are they prop driven?
Yeah, they're prop driven.
So not only are they huge, they're loud.
Yeah, well, the jets are louder. Man, people don't realize it. An F-15 is unbelievably loud. Even at 1,000 feet, it's deafening to the ears.
Well, yeah, but a C-130, those big. I mean, what has it got? Four big props on both wings, 2 on both wings. It's like.
Yeah,
it's a lot of noise. Cow. That's probably equivalent to like.
But it's a different kind of noise. It's hard to explain, but it's different. So like when we were on that ship, the propeller engines didn't bother us as much as the jet engines did. The jet engines are higher tone or something. I don't know what it is. It's just different. It doesn't matter. All of them allowed, and you all got to wear headgear for all of them. It doesn't matter which engine you're talking about. It's and it all depends how close you are and stuff like that. But props are not quiet by any means. There's supposed to be we had some turboprops that was supposed to be quieter. Turboprop was jet engine with a prop on it, basically is what it was. Yes, basically is what it was. Well, some things props are better for than jet engines. And they consume less fuel per pound, yes. Per carrying pound. Jet engines are designed to haul ass. These kind of engines are designed to carry large payloads. Well, no, we also have big jets that carry payloads too with jet engines on. Yes.
Yeah, typically with most of our fighter jets, you'll find the non-top secret nautical range is usually going to be around 3,000 to 7,000 miles, whereas with the long range ones, it's going to be like 8,000 to 9,000 miles. Like the big what do you call 747s? They can travel like 10,000 miles on one fuel tank, maybe even 13,000. That's a long way.
Yeah, it all has to do with payload too. So if we have planes that can fly across the ocean, fly around, do stuff, and come back. But if they're carrying a large payload, they'll probably have to refuel on the way back. But look at the B
or
the B2.
Or midair.
Yeah, look at the B2 Spirit. It refueled 3 times on the way there, 3 times on the way back, or 2 times there and back. It was a lot.
Twice. I think it's twice.
It was I don't know, Jack. I don't remember because I remember they said they did some over the ocean and 1 over land. So maybe it was 2 on the ocean, 1 on land. It might have just been 1 and 1. They got a pretty decent range. I think it's like 2,500 miles or something.
I'm pretty sure with the speed of the SR-71, because it leaked like a sieve on the tarmac. So once it got up, it had to refuel in midair once it heated up, and then it could go around the world once before refueling. Come back to base.
Yeah. And that's just because of how fast it was going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah, Mach 3, my ass.
Yeah.
Mach 3, the nose cone does not glow red at Mach 3. I've seen these things up close and personal. I was in
it's
San
going at least
Antonio.
3,000 miles an hour to make that engine, to make that thing glow.
No, it takes 5,600 miles an hour plus to make the nose cone glow. Okay. I actually knew some people actually flew the damn thing, but more so than that. So we were in San Antonio. There's a big Air Force base down there. They got a B-52 bomber base down there. And I went to go see a friend of mine who was a SP, not an SP. They called him something else. And SP means Shore Patrol. They called him something else in the Air Force. He was basically an Air Force cop is what he was. So I went down. We hadn't seen each other about 1.5 years because I was in the Navy. He's in the Air Force. So I went down to see him. And it's so funny. First I had to get clearance and then I had to go through this thing because I'm going out on the B-52 tarmac. So I get out there and they got a big yellow circle, a big red circle. So anything inside the yellow circle you can approach, but if you walk into it, you can be arrested. If you cross the red line without identifying yourself and with a badge, they will shoot you dead on the spot. No ifs, ands, or buts. They will shoot you. Even if they fucking know you, they will shoot you dead on the spot. Because if you're on that base, you know not to cross that red line unless you're properly identified. Because you never know who's going to go crazy. And not all planes are sitting empty.
Yeah.
And here's a little weird piece of history for y'all. This is just coming out, so y'all start hearing about it more. So they loaded up a B-52 with 6 nuclear-tipped cruise missiles. 6. Flew it all over the country, parked it somewhere in, was it DC, for 36 hours on the tarmac with the missiles attached. And no one knew. I forgot who the president was at the time, asked the guy in charge of the Air Force and his lieutenant to step down. 6 nukes just hanging out, killing. They weren't even supposed to be on the plane. So they crisscrossed the country several times with this thing with live nuclear weapons on board. Ain't that some shit? And then they were flying a mission across the country and something sent a signal to the plane, so it dropped the nuke. In some little shithole town in Carolina, I forgot where it was, and I just seen this earlier tonight. It dropped the damn nuke. The only thing that kept the nuke has, in case y'all didn't know, there are several safety features on nukes to keep them from blowing up.
Yeah, they usually don't go exploding when they hit the ground.
No, so they got safety features for that too, so they won't detonate. Yeah. The casing will blow up, but the core itself will stay intact. So there's lots of switches. So the guy who was recanting the story said only one switch survived, but it was enough to keep it from, because if not, it would have detonated. And he said it was a big bomb. It wasn't a little bomb. The town, he said the town it was in, it would have completely evaporated like 80,000 people. Just, but that would have been a disaster. But that was during the Cold War.
Speaking of glowing objects, isn't there a video of a new recent Pentagon UFO?
There's a couple of them out there, but I don't think it's new. Actually, when I was looking at it, it looked like something. It looked. I think we've seen it before. It's a flare video. It's a.
You want to throw it up?
No, I don't have it on this computer. It's on the other computer. I have to go get on the other computer. Oh. Yeah, when I set up the show today, I set it up from over there because I was working on the website. And over here is a whole different computer. I could pull it off the. I could pull the thing off it, or probably give it to us. What's that, Justin? If you copy and paste the title of Google, it should come right up. Or MSN. You know what? That's where I was at. I was on MSN. So if you pop it on, it'll come up. I don't know, Johnny. It's there's a lot of weird stuff going on. No, I'm gonna play this. NBC drops nightmare news for the Democrats here in a minute. This guy Brandon, I've been watching him for a while. On he's a pretty good guy. He's got his politics pretty straight. He seems like a nice dude.
I think I might have found something. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Take your time. Take your time. While he's doing that, I'm gonna bring this poll up for y'all to take a little quick peek at. Yeah. What are you talking about? Oh no, Jay's stripping. Don't worry about it. He's got a side job where he's got to strip sometimes on Friday nights. It just happens. Just don't worry about it. Now, if he comes back without any clothes on, that could be embarrassing. But other than that, it should be good. No, but I'm gonna pull this up and we can take a look at this. This is I believe this is an NBC poll we're gonna look at right here. Let's well, that's what's been killing everybody, is these polls have been NBC, CNN, and places like that, and they're so pro-Republican or Trump, they hate to even talk about him. Oh, no, they hate to talk about him. Well, yeah, because it's embarrassing. So here we go. What we got here? This is a Gallup poll. Now, Gallup is not one of my favorite polling companies. I'm not going to lie. In the last 2 or 3 decades, I've caught them cheating a lot. Jay and I caught them cheating a lot last year. And,
oh, my God, yeah.
So overall, here's a Gallup poll. Overall, socialism, capitalism. Man, 39% people.
Hold on.
Okay.
I got to change the settings. My computer must have did a reset. It automatically threw mine up there. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. It's So what we got here? Capitalism. Let's let this guy tell us.
Of Americans said yes. 54% said they had a positive attitudes towards socialism.
And in Chicago, and radical jihadist Zohran Mamdani. Let's take a look at this bombshell NBC polling that shows this is the sentiment of the Democrat Party by far.
Take a look here at some numbers from Gallup, because Gallup has been testing this for years, for decades, really. Basic attitudes towards socialism and capitalism. These are the latest numbers that they came up with. Overall, asking folks, do you have a positive view of socialism? 39% of Americans said yes. 54% said they had a positive view of capitalism. But look at the party split here among Democrats. Look at socialism. That's nationally again. 2/3 of Democrats nationally, not talking New York City, but across the country, say to Gallup they have a favorable, positive view of socialism. Only 42% of capitalism. And take a look here, independents, Republicans.
Okay, I got to stop in there for a second.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest, I have a real hard time thinking that 42% of conservatives would think anything about socialism. I just
that's 40% are like
capitalism. No, that's 42% of the Republicans. He said that's how they feel about
capitalism. 66% of them agree with or like socialism. That's a huge number.
Yeah. No, Jack, this is Democrats, right? Yeah, see right here, it says Democrats. So 66 like that, 42 like that, yes. Independents, 38% like that, 51% like that. So, and then of course you've got Republicans, 74% and 14%.
74% in favor of capitalism.
So when you look at this, the independents and the Republicans favor capitalism. Now you might say, oh, it's only 51%, but it's only 38% like socialism.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a tough one, guys. It's a tough one, and you got to know what these populations are. These three populations, because that makes a difference. So the poll could be skewed a little bit because we don't know how many people are Republicans.
Yeah, with the independents, you're missing about 17% of that number. With the Republicans, you're a little closer to 100%. You're missing 10% with that numbers there. So I mean,
but yeah, with the Democrats, you're 108%. Like they always have to cheat, don't they?
Yeah.
Even in the fucking poll, they got to cheat. Give me a break, man. I'm sorry, I'll be nice.
Well, maybe that just says that poll is bullshit because those numbers can't be right. You can't have 108%.
Well, that's
what's the other 39 and 54. So 39 and 54 is about the same as the independents.
Yeah. So yeah, here you got what is it? 80, 81, 89. You got 89% here. So that's 11% undecided. And here you got 84, so that's 16% undecided. So that's a decent amount undecided, but they're not going capital. I mean, they're not going socialist. They're like, fuck you. And I doubt all of this is socialist either. So, but this is just ridiculous. This is 108%.
Yeah.
What's that? What are you talking about?
That one's 94.
This is 93, 93, 94, 93.
94%. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't be having even number with odd and even goofy. It's, what's that, Jimmy? I was giving Jay shit. No, I mean, this pretty much explains it to you that the Democrats want to be socialists. I bet you put communists up, they'd be saying that. Because I've said this a million times. There's two things you can count on about the Democrats. One, they believe in good facts, not real facts. Yes. And they always believe, do as they say, not as they do. Yes, that's their motto, my friend. Do as they say, not as they do. And I haven't heard a liberal tell the truth in decades. Well, the Republicans got really bad about it, but then lately they've actually been a lot more honest, which is kind of weird. Well, they can afford to be honest because the country's on their side. It's hard to be honest when you're already losing, you know.
Yeah,
you got to say things.
When you've already got a pretty negative fan base already, it's hard to recover.
It's a little easier when you're up there, huh? Oh, I seen that clip with Trump bragging about he never went to Epstein's Island, but Bill went there 28 times, and I forgot the other guy was a real important guy too. He went there like 18 times. Well, and I'm gonna tell this while we're on this subject. A lot of people don't want to talk about this, especially the mainstream media, but there's only one reason the Epstein files haven't been released. And it's because of a Bill Clinton judge. He said more than one time, he is not going to put the other victims in danger. So until someone somewhere comes up with a list of such a way that all the information and all the stuff about these other people are removed and taken away, then he would consider making the list public. He said, but he's not giving it to Congress because Congress leaks like a sieve.
Yeah.
So these people who don't want to come forward, names would end up going public because I guarantee you some Democrat would leak it. Joe Biden had the leakiest White House I've ever seen, except for Barack was actually strict on his White House. He put all kind of reporters in jail. Oh yeah, man. Sometimes they would seize their stuff leaving the White House so they could see what was on it, see if they've been doing any espionage or things like that, spying. Oh yeah, he was a mess.
Yeah, and people complain about Trump moving the what do you call the media across the street from the Pentagon now, or whatever it was. I think it's a great idea.
Well, what I find funny is
why do our tax dollars need to be paying for an office for the news media? They should pay for their own space.
Well, they should. You want to be there, You only need to come see the president when he asks you to come see him. Other than that, stay the hell away from him.
You don't need to be on the grounds in the White House and in the Pentagon 24/7, 365. You just don't need to have
everybody's out of the Pentagon except for what is it? Max? Is it Max News or only one company got to stay because they signed the thing. Everybody else refused. So there's only, I think it's Newsmax is there.
Oh.
Everybody else is going. And here's a weird thing for you, Jay. Have you heard anybody bitching that they were thrown out of the Pentagon?
There was some hustle bustle about it last week, but you didn't hear much about it after that.
Just the day of when they were all leaving. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I'm a little confused about this. This doesn't even sound right to our press.
If they're having their First Amendment rights being suppressed, then why aren't they filing lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit?
Because I don't
because they don't need to be on that. They don't. It's a government building that does some of it has some really sensitive equipment in there.
Not even a government building; it's a military building. And so when you walk in there, in case you didn't know this, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you a little something y'all didn't know. When you walk inside the Pentagon, your rights are suspended. Yes, it's actually written in too. It's part of it. It's there. It was written a long time ago. They wrote it in so. Because you're in the Pentagon, if something goes crazy and they decide to lock it down and search everybody, they want not to be held responsible for it. So, actually, there's several things. There's certain things you can't sue cops for. There's certain things you can't sue lawyers for or judges for. You can't sue for vaccinations, even if it kills your kid. There's a cap on how much money you can get, even if it was a major mistake, like with the new CRISPR stuff. If something goes haywire and kills a bunch of people, company can only be held liable for X amount. And once that's after the FDA approves it. Now, before the FDA approves it, they can be held liable for as much money as you can get.
Yeah, which technically anyone who got the first vaccines for the COVID virus technically could probably sue for a depending on how many of you apply, the less the better. But you can get a lot. What do you call it? A class action suit against them for damages from the vaccine.
Well, Jesse, they've been arguing about what long COVID actually is. Is it COVID or is it from the vaccination? Yeah, there's been a big argument about that because a lot of doctors think it's caused by the vaccination, not by the COVID. And then remember, Fauci got on television, I can't tell you how many times, and said, once you get the vaccination, you won't get the disease. And then I don't know, it was about a year after that he had to come on and say, well, it'll just it'll make it less. You mean, did I get it? Oh, yeah, it like to kill me. Put Lynn in the hospital for 11 days. Oh, he like to kill me. My son didn't get off the couch for 5 days. He got it first. I got it second, and she got it third. I didn't even get out of bed. I didn't feel like I was going to die or anything, but I felt horrible. It wasn't, and the only reason I went to my doctor because it was 16 days, and I was still feeling kind of rough. So I went and see my doctor. She said, "Well, you ain't got the flu, and you ain't got a cold because it don't last that long. It only lasts 10 to 11 days." I was like, "What do you mean?" She said, "I don't know what you got." She said, "But you're definitely in recovery mode." And this was 2 months. It was in January, so it was I think a month and a half before they announced COVID. So of course, after that, I knew what I had gotten. Well, I got it from a customer, and the customer was told they had the flu. But when I talked to the doctor said you don't have the flu. So,
well, if you notice anything that comes out, any kind of ailment, it always says, if you notice flu-like symptoms. Yeah. Well, why does everything have to have the goddamn flu-like symptoms? They all have it. I mean, AIDS, they all have flu-like symptoms to them. It doesn't. I wouldn't be surprised.
And this tells you something else about the government, because my doctor told me, she said, "Yeah, the really bad version." She said, "You probably don't never need to be vaccinated. Your body's made the immune system now. It's creating the antibodies."
Yeah, we should probably bag up some of your blood and make some vaccines off of it.
She was like, you don't really need a shot. She said maybe in 2 years get a booster or something. She said, but you don't really need a shot. She said you just had it, and she was right. I didn't get it again for 2 years, and this is the funny part. I just went and got a shot. I was out in LA for Writers of the Future Gala, and I got it. I don't know. Sometime when I either got it on the plane or I got it at the gala. I don't know, because it takes 5 days for it to show up. But I came home, was very mild. I actually went and got a hotel room so I didn't get everybody in the house sick. And I felt not too bad. I got a little NyQuil. I thought I was going to have to eat a lot of NyQuil, DayQuil like I did last, but no. I didn't feel that bad. Ate some Wendy's, watched some TV, and caught up a bunch of shit I hadn't been doing while I was in LA. So it was kind of like a little wind down. And I got it, though. I got COVID 4 times altogether. But each time seemed to be a little less intense. It was almost like my body was just starting to really build up a serious immune system to it. You mean flu shots? I'll probably go get a flu shot this year. Mississippi gets a lot of tourists, so it's always good to get a flu shot. New Orleans gets a lot of tourists. But, certain places you don't have to worry about it as much because people don't interact as much. Yeah. Okay, we'll play this with a little bit more of this, and then Jay's got something he's going to put up there, and then we're going to keep moving on because we've got a lot of stuff. I don't even think we can get to half of it. But anyway, I'm in the wrong place clicking.
It is different. Slight majority of independents favorable toward capitalism. 3/4 of Republicans favorable towards capitalism. Well under 50% in each case favorable to socialism.
So the first thing I want to point out, and there's a lot to digest here, is I think there is no way 14% of Republicans have a favorable view of socialism. Part of being a Republican is believing in the principle of free market capitalism. So I'd put that number closer at 1% or 0%. But just going off the numbers in that poll, the average favorable view of socialism between independents and Republicans is 26%. And the average view of Democrats from their poll, which again, I think is much lower, is 66%. So there is a 40-point difference between the economic system the average American wants and what Democrats want. That's why I said at the onset of this video, the Democrats are never.
Take a look at this. Start on cap.
Man, let's go back over here. I like the guy. Oh man, what is it? I like the guy from CNN. He's just fun to watch.
Capitalism. Go back to 2010 here. Democrats were basically split then, 15 years ago. Positive, negative on capitalism. And look at that number. It kind of stayed steady. And then in the last 5 years, it's fallen down to 42%, barely over 40%. And in that same time, take a look at what's happened with socialism. Again, Democratic Party attitudes here.
See, Democrats, these polls,
right here was 50, it's ticked up, and now in the last couple of readouts, 2/3 of Democrats saying they have a positive image of socialism. So if Mamdani is successful, Peter, in New York City, I think one of the things you might say is it's not a revelation necessarily that socialism, that his brand of socialism might be palatable to some Democrats. It might just be further confirmation of what polling has actually been telling us for some time now, not just in New York.
Yeah, that much more striking, though, of course, New York being, in effect, the epicenter of capitalism in our country and could have someone like Zohran Mamdani running the city before we know it.
If you're getting value from this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on the notification bells. Okay, my viewers are smart, so we're going to get into the weeds about socialism and communism.
Democratic Senate candidate in Maine challenging Republican Senator Susan Collins. He is responding to the discovery of old Reddit posts he made trashing police officers and calling rural white Americans stupid and in some cases
rural
racist.
white America, you stupid,
in
man.
comments
You
reviewed by
stupid.
NBC News, Plattner also wrote that instead of getting more conservative.
No, Jack, that was just we were just playing it just for.
Was that the idiot with the Tottenham tattoo at the end there?
The Democrats are never winning another election ever again. NBC just dropped some nightmare news.
Them not. I mean, where'd it go? Damn it! There was something on here I wanted to play, but stopped the work. I don't care about that. Oh, where the hell they got a new video out with Hakeem in it, man? I want to see it. Oh man, they got one with Cory Booker that's great, running around screaming. I'm not Walmart Obama. That's Jeffrey. That's Jeffries. I don't have a sombrero because he says people keep stopping him in the street asking where a sombrero is. He was throwing a rant. Now it looked like it was real, but it probably was AI. But it was funny as hell. He was throwing a big old rant about it. I was like, oh man.
Well, type in Hakeem up there. Maybe it'll come up.
It's let's see what's over. Oh, and this crazy bitch here. Yeah, well, we got a couple of things we got to play, but I was just, since it was on the links, I might as well look and see what was in here. Oh, that's what we were playing earlier. Well, what do you mean, Jack? Yes, it's a diverse list. Oh, wait, what's this? Wait, what's this? We got to go.
A political earthquake just shook Washington, and the numbers reveal a Democrat Party in complete free fall. Those numbers are so catastrophic, not even CNN can.
Approval rating was already falling. The shutdown was eating into his popular support. It was down 3 points already at this particular point and would fall considerably more. It was very much on the decline. You come over to this side of the screen, this shutdown hasn't eaten into Donald Trump's support at all. His net approval rating is actually up a point in terms of his popular support. So the bottom line is this. The first shutdown during Trump's first term, 2018-2019, was hurting Donald Trump. This one is not hurting him at all. There's no real reason Donald Trump might say, at least when it comes to popular support, I want to get out of this shutdown.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's been saying, too.
Yeah, well, he's all's fine and dandy till people ain't eating people. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
and just 4 weeks. It's going to be Thanksgiving, and there's going to be a lot of hungry people in the country, and there's going to be a lot of pissed off people. And let's realize this: if we haven't gotten those checks out to everybody by that week, that means there won't be none in December either. So that'll be the complete serious holidays. Money that poor people be using to buy gifts for family and friends will have to go to feeding them, and probably won't have enough to do that. And they have a big Christmas dinner and Thanksgiving dinner. What's that, Jeff? Well, we have family, so I mean, yeah. So every different people in the family. We do it some years. Young stepdaughter does it right now. I think she's done a couple of them now. My middle one's done it a few times. It just depends whatever family member's in the mood, but everybody brings something, so it makes it a lot cheaper. There's always a lot of food, so there's always stuff to take home with you and things like that. Yeah, we usually do a big turkey. Yeah, things like that. I mean, but we only do one traditional holiday anyway. So, one holiday I'm going to have steak or lobster or shrimp or crab or something other than turkey. Yeah, I guess it's the best way to say it. Yes. I don't hate turkey. It
gets old after a while, but I do enjoy it.
I mean, I don't eat it maybe twice a year anyway. So we eat it one holiday, and then, well, sometimes during the year we'll buy like a turkey breast and cook it and then cut it up for sandwiches. Yeah, it's good.
Democrats shut the government down. Up in here, up in here. Democrats want health care for illegals. Like if Jose crossed the border and Jose got me. Democrats shut the government down. Up in here, up in here. Democrats want health care for illegals. Like if Jose crossed the border and Jose got measles. Here's an illegal immigrant affordable health care act for your aches and pains. Put some ice on that. Americans should get health care first. Up in here, up in here.
They just keep making these things, man. What's this thing? It's like some. Oh, look at that! Whoa. You just spit at you and then shot something, huh?
An IQ of 85.
You better watch it. Mama's gonna be after you. You better get out of there. Whoa, there come Mama. I'm sorry.
Did you see that video? I mean, it's bananas.
Get the f out of my face now!
Wait for it. That was very rude of you. Do you want to go to jail? Sir, ma'am, I don't really know what to call you.
Here it comes. You're done, man. You just insulted me. And I could tell the police to get you.
I'm vegan, so don't say that.
Did you see that video?
Oh, I love these videos. You see these? Time jumping boats. The damn dog, the whales, like.
There's a shark following it.
Lucky for you, when whales don't attack the boats.
You see the shark behind him.
He's cruising right behind him, going, "Oh yeah."
Grab
one lander. Is that what that is?
With 2 minutes to go, let's check.
Oh my God! No! Oh my God!
I don't believe you. I think that's AI.
Coming down so hard. Yeah.
Yo, he's going.
All right, let me get out of here, y'all. Wait, bears. Where's the dog barking at?
Wow.
This woman is. Have you ever seen that video?
No.
This woman is seen mocking Charlie Kirk's death during the No Kings protest. Why? Because there was a Charlie Kirk sign that she saw and an American flag, and people started losing their minds. The police even demanded that they stop waving the flag because it was causing problems. And it turns out that woman from the beginning of the video, she's an elementary school teacher. And when people found this out, the school scrubbed their entire website. This woman is seen mocking Charlie Kirk's death during the No Kings.
Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Pull that video up, because it's one of my favorite.
This is the United States of America, most powerful country on this planet. And it's not because we have more money, or we're better looking. No, it's because we have something in this country they don't have in other countries. That's right, I'm talking about rednecks. Good old boys with an arsenal in their basement that have been waiting for just such an occasion since 1775. Oh, believe me, foreign troops land in the South. There'll be a line of pickup trucks and NASCARs heading down I-95. Marines will show up 3 hours later, nothing but beer cans and shotgun shells. What the hell happened here? War's over, baby!
Have you ever seen that video? No.
Deary is Hakeem Jeffries, just totally humiliated, caught in a lie on live television.
Donald Trump blessed it as well.
So let me ask you about a provision that the Republicans are talking about quite a bit. I know you want to talk about, and Democrats want to talk about, extending the Obamacare subsidies, which expire at the end of 2025. But they talk about the provisions, and it's right here, Subtitle E, and this has to do with the repeal of healthcare subtitle changes, and specifically what it is. How they characterize it is, you want to give health insurance to undocumented immigrants. I understand that's not really an accurate depiction, but what it does do is
that's a lie. They're not an immigrant.
It's a lie.
Illegal alien.
But what you support does bring back funding for emergency Medicaid to hospitals, some of which does pay for undocumented immigrants and people who don't have health insurance. And also there is this provision, and it's not about undocumented immigrants, it's about people with asylum seekers and people with temporary protected status, et cetera, but about their ability to get Medicaid. So they're non-citizens, they're not undocumented, they're not illegal. Why even include that in a bill knowing that they're going to seize right upon that and use that to message?
Is Jake trying to get a job at Fox? Hakeem Jeffries, just totally humiliated, caught in a lie.
I was watching the Katie Porter.
This the dude conservative. We can't tell him that he freaks out when people.
Turn back because I have a question I would like to ask about that.
So you don't I feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. I don't want to keep doing this.
This is the girl who was in first place for the California to be the California governor.
Oh, yeah.
Right
She
here.
just lost because of these videos.
Now, see, it's getting applause. Okay, look. I remember having Katie Porter on this show, and we did not get along. I don't like her, and I found out nobody likes her. And I think you see why. Yeah. Okay, but that doesn't mean this isn't effective. I mean, when it came out, the first wave of stories where she's toast, I don't know. First of all, I got to ask, what was that person doing in the shot? You know, I mean, that's not how I would talk to my staff. No. But that is what I would be thinking: is what are you doing in my shot? I was watching the Katie Porter thing. Do we have any footage of Katie Porter?
Holy shit! Oh, now he's got.
I was watching this.
Holy shit! He's really good.
Well, we came over here in slave ships.
Oh,
was that
this is
racism?
good.
No, that wasn't racism.
Why do you say that was racism?
To capture and force people to go somewhere that they don't want to go.
And who were the racists promoting that, doing that?
The so-called white man.
No, that's not true.
It's not true.
Black people were sold into slavery by blacks. It was the Arabs who sold the blacks across the world. It wasn't white people who just tiptoed over to Africa and just took white folks. They were being sold by other black people. And they're still doing that today in parts of Africa where blacks are enslaved by other blacks and Arabs.
Holy shit! He's really good.
Top 3 deadliest and fastest weapons ever made in human history. Number 3, the GAU-8 Avenger. This monster is strapped to the belly of the A-10 Thunderbolt II, also called the Warthog. It unleashes over 4,200 rounds per minute, which means nearly 70 bullets every...
They laughed in my face when I told them I was signing up to receive the...
Scott Jennings made this liberal look foolish when she tried to make this claim.
So, Scott, you're saying that Americans who decide they want to take to the streets and make their voices heard because they feel like their president is not listening to them and frankly in some instances has said we're the enemy simply because we disagree with them, you're saying that's not a good use of time. You're criticizing these people who went out to be Americans and say they love their country and want their president to listen to them. That's not a good use of time. That's outrageous.
Well, no, I mean, normal people were spending time with their family and watching college football. I don't care how they spend their time. If they want to go out, if they want to go out and protest, be my guest. They're welcome to do it, and I don't really care whether they do it or not. But I just happen to think if I were Democrats, I would rather have directed that energy into the campaigns that are going on this year instead of marching around the way they did. But listen, you guys spend your time however you want. It's a free country, not a monarchy.
Scott Jennings made this liberal look foolish when she tried to make this claim.
So, Scott, you're saying that Americans who...
This is one of Reagan's funniest jokes because it's so true.
I recently asked my friend's little girl what she wanted to be when she grows up.
She said she wanted to be the President of the United States. Both of her parents, liberal Democrats, were standing there. So I asked her, if you were president, what would be the first thing you would do? Well, she replied, I'd give food and houses to all the homeless people. Her parents beamed. Wow, what a worthy goal, I told her. But you don't have to wait until you're president to do that. You see, you can come over to my house right now and you can mow the lawn, pull weeds, and sweep my driveway, and I'll pay you $50. Then I'll take you over to the grocery store where that homeless guy hangs out, and you can give him the $50 to use toward food and a new house. She thought that over for a few seconds. Then she looked me straight in the eye and asked, why doesn't the homeless guy come over and do the work and you can just pay him the $50? I said, welcome to the Republican Party. Her parents are still not speaking to me.
This is one of Reagan's funniest jokes.
This is so good. Wait till the end.
All the progressive politicians want to get rid of ICE, right? AOC.
You have constantly argued that white people today should pay reparations for slavery, even though they had no part in it, and that many of their ancestors never owned the slaves. But now we know that your ancestors owned the slaves. So speaking your language and holding your own standards, you have a net worth of $6 million. And if you spend only 1% of it for reparations, which would be $60,000, you can pay $1,000 to 60 black people each. So I think now would be the perfect time.
Listen to me.
If you walk into a department store and ask them for something, they act like you barged into their apartment and woke them up. I'm sorry, but Generation Nepo Baby aren't exactly the sinewy, leather-skinned workmen of yesteryear. They're doughy gamers who need an emotional support animal to ride in a plane. Can you imagine what they'll need on their lap to operate a crane? I mean, look at the prerequisites a shift on the factory floor requires: focus, eye contact, social skills. How would they survive working elbow to elbow with people who don't share their beliefs on everything? If you're on an assembly line, if one person drops the ball, Lucy has to eat all the chocolate. If you walk in.
This may have been the best takedown ever.
I haven't heard any. You say this is a Republican shutdown, but it's Democratic senators who are withholding their votes on what is called a clean resolution. That means no strings attached, which is something, quite frankly, Leader, that you and other Democrats have advocated for in the past. Take a look.
You do not use the threat of shutting down government to try to advance your policy agenda.
First thing that the House has to do is pass a clean 6-week CR.
A continuing resolution that is at the fiscal year 2023 levels is the only way forward.
You say this is a Republican shutdown, but it's Democratic senators who are withholding their.
This man just absolutely.
Yeah, anyway, we gotta get away from this thing. Get out of here, Joe. Let me out of here. Stop. Okay, that was entirely adequate. Well, we got to go to break, people. I had no idea we was on it that long.
Oh yeah, and when we come back, I have video of.
See, we started out. Jay was going to play this video.
It is the more recent one, but it's pretty fascinating. It's a Tic Tac that gets hit with I think an AIM-9 missile. They said
it's well, yeah, it bounces off of it.
Yeah, it doesn't even explode. It's cool.
Yeah, it is. What was this? Sorry, guys, something jumped on my screen as we were talking. Michael Jackson. Who sent me that? People know we just listen to Michael Jackson. You people.
Yeah, we just played Thriller at the beginning of the show, man.
You people need to be calming down. Let me see. Do I have something on here? Okay, well, maybe play this. This sounds a little eerie. So, let's see. I've always got weird shit on my computer. People send me. I find stuff. Things find me, and people send me all kind of stuff. I've got literally several terabytes worth of crazy weird stuff. Yes. Yeah. You see. Applause, please. What kind of weird acoustic music is that? I was looking for this part. Thank you. Anyway, We're going to play this right quick. We'll be back in, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes, maybe a little less. This here, I don't think it's going to be very long, but we're going to pop this on. This is weird, eerie sounds heard in space. It's 8 minutes long. So that'll be our entire break if we play the whole thing. So, man, I heard just one of the black holes the other day. It is getting creepy. I mean, it is creepy.
All right, it's added to the stage if you want to blow it up.
I was just talking about this earlier. Space is noisy. For a place you're not supposed to hear any sound, it is freaking noisy.
It's not sound, it's radio frequencies.
Still sound. It comes out in your ears as sound.
Yeah, it's turned into sound electronically, yes.
Down into the atmosphere. Yeah, I knew what the hell that was. Well, we're all glad for you play something else, people, don't we? Mars quake. Really? Damn, pretty windy on Mars.
Wind?
No, the first one was wind. This is, they say, is a Mars quake. This next one is a robotic arm. They're just giving you comparison so you can.
Oh, so this is from the recordings from the robots.
Yeah, one of the rovers, yeah. And but I mean, it's definitely weird. Because it's just everything in space gives off
crushing it. And with shout out
so
to the Wells Fargo app,
if you could put a bubble
she's
around
crushing her savings goals too. However you make money work, you can work with that.
All kind of weird, crazy stuff. But you can only, the satellites only pick them up as waves. It's still a radio wave.
On brand.
Usually in frequencies above.
Whoa, John, off brand.
Back into town.
On brand.
It's like when you see pictures in outer space, those aren't always the true color. That's just the colors they use to identify stuff. That's what one of the astronauts said. He said, I may be disappointed if I ever get to go in deep space and see a nebula. He said, I'm so used to seeing them painted. It might not look like that. Georgia plasma wave. A wave of plasma hit it right there. What the hell was that? See, they talk about weird shit like this with Voyager and stuff happening to it. Yeah, you don't know that you weren't out there?
Yeah. Well. Yeah, Jesse, I seen the tree, the walking tree in the forest. That was pretty good. Oh, it's talking. He's just sitting there. He's talking us way.
years ago?
Sounds like a science fiction movie background sound scene.
I know, it's just creepily weird. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is just weird sounds in space. There's lots more in this. I just picked this because we had to take a break, so we're just our break. Instead of making y'all listen to Halloween movies, we're listening to real sounds from the great park. Gliding black hole. That sounds like a signal.
Yeah, it sounds like communication.
Like the two black holes, the other one's going.
Look, gravity waves.
Oh man, what the fuck? Get out of the way! Like listening to an old AM radio.
Yeah.
So let's see under the pipe here. I know what that was all right. Sorry for making y'all listen to that. That's not question here.
Sounds like a bad record. Wow.
Shit was noisy. I don't care what they say. Hey, this looks familiar. Well, there y'all go, people. Weird stuff y'all listen to. Well, those weird things you can hear on our planet that make weird sounds. Volcanoes make sounds and stuff. It's really creepy. How many things make sounds? Yes, it is.
Well,
anyway,
things make light. Some volcanic activity and some earthquake activity gives off light.
Yeah, it does. Oh, speaking of that, they were so they've been seeing lights on Jupiter at night.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was one of the I didn't post the article, but I read about it earlier tonight. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Well, Jupiter's no, it's too dense for us to be into. Once we invent real force fields and shields, we could probably go in Jupiter and Saturn, but not until such a time. Yeah. So Jay's gonna put this up, and because we got a lot of news to get through still, so.
Well, this was one of the things we had on our thing, and I think this is the video that was most recent I could find anyway. But you'll see it. We'll just let it go.
This morning, a striking new video taken in 2024 off the coast of Yemen. A U.S. MQ-9 Reaper drone tracking a glowing orb as it flies over the water. Watch as a different U.S. drone fires a Hellfire missile at the orb, but the missile appears to bounce off it. The orb seems to just fly away unfazed. It was shown at a congressional hearing Tuesday on unexplained anomalous phenomena. That's the official name for UFOs. Several service members there, lawmakers asking them to react to the video.
Are you aware of anything in the government, United States government arsenal that can split a Hellfire missile like this?
No.
Does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Wiggins?
No,
yes.
Yes. All right, and we went to the Department of Defense asking for comment. A spokesperson said this: I have nothing for you. That's all they would say, and would not confirm if there was ever an incident off the coast of Yemen. Very interesting, guys. Unexplained.
I can.
So, yeah, very intriguing video. Appears to show that the missile bounces off and breaks apart, and some of the parts follow the tic tac or whatever it is on its trajectory. But it wasn't unfazed. You did see it tumble. The UFO did tumble.
Yeah, they looked like it was going back together. So I don't know. It's weird. No, Jesse, we talked about the aircraft carrier earlier. Now Russia is issuing nuclear warnings as NATO's, with NATO, because everybody's getting a little jumpy over there. Well, we're part of NATO, so it does matter. If NATO gets into it, we're part of them. Now, will America jump right into it? I don't know. It all depends on what happens.
Knowing Trump, he'll be cautious about it, but yeah, he's throwing taunts at NATO, but he's also throwing taunts at Trump, saying that he will not be, he and his people will not bow to their pressure that we're giving him.
They're gonna be bankrupt, is what they're gonna be. No, Jesse.
Well,
so
they're gonna get together, yeah.
Okay, Jesse. First off, I don't think we have as many missiles as you think we do. Back in the day, we had 12,000, and Russia had 15,000, but that's not true anymore. We each have about 5,500, and out of that 5,500, about 2,500 of them are deployed. The other ones are warheads sitting on a shelf somewhere. And the really bad part, or good part, how you want to even look at this, is the missiles that deployed on is the Minuteman III. And if I remember right, they were issued in 76, 78. Nixon was president, actually.
Something like that, yeah.
It might have been the 80s, but that's how long ago those missiles were made. The warheads have multiple trigger things on them. And even if you're in a silo, and even if you turn all the keys, all four, now it's 4 keys, now it used to be 2. Now you turn all 4 keys, it still won't launch the missile without the launch code. And you can't get the launch code but from the president. Mm-hmm. And they don't call it in on a phone, no. That's what the internet was originally designed for. That's how they used to do in the old days, was the internet. That's where the internet came from. People don't realize that, but thanks to our Cold War with the Soviet Union, the internet was invented so they could do secure communications at high speeds. And then they developed T1 and T2 and T3, and then it became a public thing. T-lines are like, in today's world, it would be like having a full gig up and down. They were dedicated, highest speed you could get at the time, probably 500 megahertz, 500,000. I'd have to go look. It's been so long since I've even looked at that kind of stuff. Well, we used to have T-lines for the station, but we hadn't had that in a long time. Should even over-the-air internet now so fast. You can just get a regular 5G and run just about anything you want. Yeah, it's not like it used to be, that's for sure. I'm getting ready to have all fiber put in, so I always prefer having fiber optics when I can. But anyway, enough of that, all that. Just be careful, especially our European friends. Don't get us into a World War III. I'd like to get off the planet other than being nuked off the planet. Oh, trivia. You know what? I'm going to give away 2 books if y'all get this, and no cheating. So this is fast. It's got to be under 3 minutes. So we're going to have a fire answer. Under 3 minutes. 10th person to write to me. How many nuclear weapons were exploded on our planet? You just have to be, within a few each direction, maybe 10 or 20. How many do you think were exploded on since 1944? I think it was, or 42,
45
till 1990. No, because they blew them up before they sent them to. They blew one up before they sent it over to Japan.
Yeah, the Manhattan Project developed enough material to make 3 bombs.
Yep.
They blew one up in Nevada, at Area 51. That was the Trinity site.
And the other two went
were
to
dropped
Japan. Yeah, the other 2 went to Japan. Little Boy and Fat Boy.
Little Man and
Big
Fat
Boy.
Boy.
It's Big Boy, yeah. There's actually Big Boy and Little Boy, but I call him Fat Boy because it kind of looks like a fat fucker.
No,
But anyway,
Fat Man and Little Boy. That's the name of it.
so I'm going to give. Where did I do with those books? I got some more of these. I'm giving some more of these away tomorrow, too, on the Office Quill and probably on the chat. We got a guest joining us on the chat on November 8th. We'll be talking about, the Pascagoula incident.
Nice.
And Tom Reed, who is contacting his family, who's been in this a long time, he'll be joining us sometime in the near future, in November sometime. I talked to him today. I forgot to send him dates, but he'll be joining us as well. I also talked to Miriam Delicato. She's going to be joining us sometime this month. I'm pretty sure near Ira Isley will. I haven't had a chance to talk to Charis, but once I know what dates I got, I'll give her a right. So we're gonna be guesting it up through this, and then starting in January for news and the flips. I mean, for UFO on the cover, probably from January until May, maybe April. We'll be doing alien abduction. Alien abductees and contactees, and we'll probably have a guest every week that's been in one of those categories. So if you happen to be an alien abduction or contactee and you're not a member of the ICOR organization, write to me at icar@cox.net, and we'll see about getting you interviewed to be on one of the shows. I like to keep Jay on his toes. That's why I gotta get guests, man. I'll get her name before we leave tonight. Yes, it's in my email. I just haven't pulled it out. So where was I? Democrats under fire as food stamp funds run dry. 42 million Americans caught in shutdown fight. 42 million Americans. Oh, y'all got a minute and a half. Time's running out quick. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show y'all these. Let me turn the light on. All the time. What are you talking about? So this is L. Ron Hubbard's Sphere. This is the new version coming out. Cool. So it's a Halloween gift. I'm gonna give you one of these and buckskin brigades. There we go. And I'll be giving you one of these. These are both written by L. Ron Hubbard. This is courtesy of Galaxy Press. They send me lots of books every year. So does Barnes and Nobles and Books of Millions. They like to send us books as well. So you can check in and see what we got. We'll be giving away some of these too later this year. Book 41, Last with Runners. You're not getting my sign. Just don't even go there. But anyway, okay, you're getting your a minute. Dun, 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 dun. So let me start reading some of these. 200 and
not even close.
333 and now you ain't gonna be perfect. You know what? I'm already past 5, so whoever gets it right first gets the 2 books. Jackson Morrison, where are you from, Jackson? Cleveland. Hey man, how you doing up there? And 500 is not high enough.
No, if you get it within 50 though, that's pretty. That's close enough.
Marsha, they just gave y'all a big hint. Marsha, 222, no 122. No, sorry, you're going the wrong way.
Way low.
Yeah, so go up. So the highest bid we had so far is 500 higher. Jesse's like, you shitting me, no higher. No, really serious higher. Okay, I'll tell you this, it's above 750. How's that? Yeah, come on.
That's
Who's gonna get
low.
it? Carol Min, sorry. Where you from? Pennsylvania. Hey, what you doing up there? Pittsburgh. What you doing in Pittsburgh, man? Tell my friend Sean hi. What you got for us? 888. Good guess, but still higher. The whole audience just went, what?
Yeah, that's not even close.
Okay. First person that breaks, I'll go with 1,000. That works. It's more than 1,000, but we'll go with 1,000. Who is this? Kirk Robertson. Hey, Kirk, where are you from? Tampa Bay. Hey, what you doing down there, man? Stay away from my Saints. They suck, man. Just leave them alone. They're we're not even talking about them. I was telling a friend of mine the other day I might have to start coming on and doing a Sunday commentary wearing a bag on my head. Yes, it's sad. They're 1 in 5 or 1 in 6 right now. It's sad.
The fact that the Saints sucks is why you moved out of Louisiana, isn't it?
So no. They've at least they've got a Super Bowl now, so I'm at least happy with that. No, write me at icar@cox.net, the same email you just used. Yeah, and just give me your information, and it's not too bad right now. So probably within a week you'll have them. Yeah. What do you mean? What do you want to know? Hold on. Let me see what I do over here. Let's see. Give me a second. I'll tell you. Fear is supposed to be a pretty good book. I've heard quite a few people talk about it. I've never read it, so I don't want to tell you that. But I've heard several people talk about the book, including winners of Writers of the Future, because I had to read it. Yep. So Buckskin,
like Western.
Yeah, Trace Dog, a dog trained to pull a sled and others from the carrier by means of a trace. That's no, I think they mean a harness, but they're just calling it that for some reason. This goes on. This is a 311-page book. That should be short work for some of the readers that listen to Writers of the Future. Or let's see. This one it's decent sized text too. So this one is all about the illustrated. Derek Higgins. I know him. I know you, Derek. How you doing here, man? This one is 182 pages. Oh shit. Y'all can read that in like 2 hours. Anyway, y'all get them pretty soon. Just make sure you get me the correct information to my email, and I will make sure you get them. We'll be giving some more away tomorrow. I got about 6 of them to get away.
Y'all want to hear the actual number?
Yeah, let Jay get you the real number. You'll be surprised.
2,476 nuclear devices detonated over 2,121 different test sites, and that's on Earth. How many were out in space?
That just tells you the government don't tell you a dick about what they do.
Yeah, there's at least one out in outer space.
So, well, no, there was a couple in the ocean too.
There was a lot in the ocean.
Yeah, they're not.
The
We're
first
supposed
ones
to be.
were the Bikini Atoll is completely radioactive.
Yeah, well, not so much anymore, but well, he's talking about Bikini Atoll. Atolls are just small little island chains, is what they are. And so Bikini Atoll and what was it, Christmas Island or what Sandwich? It was one of them anyway. We went down there and literally blew the living shit out of them. And they're
At
still
the end
to
of
this
World War
day.
II, we took the leftovers from the Manhattan Project. We made a new bomb, called it the H bomb, and we gathered up all the remaining fleet of Europe, Germany, all the enemies. And some of our own stuff we didn't want, and we surrounded Bikini Atoll and blew them up.
Yes, which was impressive and not impressive at the same time. It didn't sink a lot of the ships. It mangled a lot of the ships. For some reason, it didn't necessarily sink them all. Well, it kind of melted them, encapsulated them, made them airtight. So it was kind of weird. But since then, up until I think 91 or 92, they had tested there too. But somewhere along the line, they wanted to put a listening station there. Well, they went and tested the island. It was like ridiculous. I forgot how much they removed. Somebody said 5 foot, somebody said 10 foot, but they removed a lot, pretty much the entire top of the island and resurfaced it. Yeah. And you mean is the water polluted? Probably not. The ships that are still there, probably
not so much anymore. I'm sure it's dissipated. I'm sure it's still.
Well, there's supposed to still be. There's still supposed to be quite a few ships there. Well, originally the idea was to take the ships off and sink them and make reefs, but then they would have been radioactive reefs. Yeah, because they were radioactive. I mean, what do you think? They're steel and they just dropped a nuke on them. Well, they did a couple of tests there. They did underwater explosion. They did aerial burst. They wanted to see what was the most effective way to sink a big ship like. And they had a couple of battleships out there, which are close back in the old days, were the size of our aircraft carriers.
Yeah.
So they wanted to see what it would take. Because some people believe like the aircraft carrier in the Gulf right now, if you battened all the hatches, she could survive even a nuclear burst over the top of her. Yeah, the ship could survive. The people
personnel wouldn't. Most of them would be, if they're directly under the blast, they would, anything inside the ship would be instantly cooked.
It's well, to start off with, there's lots of different types of X-ray waves that come through there, but there's also other waves besides that, all of which are very harmful. Don't forget
about
to
the
humans.
Heat. I mean, it's
yeah, and let's
hotter
not forget
than the
about the
surface of
heat.
the sun.
It's a bit crazy. Yeah, but it was weird because they expected to see all the ships wiped out and sunk, and they weren't. Matter of fact, they were surprised because several of the ships would have still been operational along with their crews. The radiation exposure would have eventually caused harm, but they would have still been able to fight on for at least a week or two.
No, at the range that they were at the Bikini Atoll test, anyone on board those ships again would have been instantly incinerated by the heat blast.
No, that's what they were. That's what the thing was so depressing. So when they dropped the bomb, you can actually go see it nowadays, guys. It's actually online somewhere. There's several tests that are actually online. There's still a lot that you can see. But this thing, when it blew up, the inner circle of the ships, 2 of them just looked like they almost evaporated. They probably just sunk under the waves and you just didn't see it. The other ones look melted and deformed. It looked kind of like if you ever watched, what was that one where they traveled in time? The Manhattan, not the Manhattan Project, the Philadelphia experiment. They kind of look like that ship. And then you had the ones on the edges weren't even damaged. The windows.
I think I found a color version of it.
Yeah, there probably is a color version of it. Somebody told me they had redone a lot of that stuff. Every now and then you'll see one come across a page somewhere. They don't always tell you where it's at, though, so you got to pay attention to the surrounding area, because the ones out in the desert, which there was a lot of in Nevada. I mean, there was a lot of them in Nevada. And they don't even have no. See, I've told y'all this before. So almost all the explosions out in the western part of the country were underground. As a matter of fact, almost all explosions in the United States were underground. So it's one of the reasons we have cattle mutilations. It's the easiest way to check for radiation contamination inside the food chain without alarming the population. And I've said this a million times. It's just mighty funny to me that the cows that get taken and mutilated are left and are insured. And the reason they're left is because the cow is insured.
Certainly.
Yeah, but if you took the cow, they couldn't collect the insurance. But by leaving the body, they can collect the insurance. Oh, you
have to have the ear tag or their brand mark to get the insurance.
I've talked to several ranchers about this, actually. And when I told them, I found it funny that the cows were, he said, well, he said, I've never really heard any ranches where they weren't, which made me instantly think it was government. And then all these ranches that we're talking about, all these areas we were talking about were near nuclear testing facilities. So there's one you can go see for yourself. This is a cool explosion. They core drilled down a good ways. They dropped a big nuke down there and they filled it with concrete and blew up the nuke. Well, the nuke didn't blow out the concrete plug, but what it did was it created fissures coming up out of the ground. The damn thing burned for 14 years or something. Yeah. And there's something somewhere still burning.
There's a coal fire still burning in one of the West Virginia mines. Been burning for like 60, 70 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So
this thing
This is the video. It says colorized, enhanced, frame interpolated, and upscaled. So this is the bikini intel test. It's 6 minutes long, but I think it's
that's okay. Put it on. Put it on. Let's hear this guy. Maybe it's horrible. We can always skip it.
87 ships take position a mile per second. The evacuated ruler of Bikini, King Judah, gets a front row seat at the bomb blast as he arrives aboard the Mount McKinley and is greeted by Admiral Blandy, Joint Task Force 1 commander. Last man off the deadly weapon carrier is Admiral Parsons, who set the switch for the blow-off. These historic pictures are the result of the joint efforts of Army, Navy, Marine, Air Force, Coast Guard, and newsreel cameramen. It's a graphic record of one of the most terrifying happenings in world events.
Well,
as it would in the air. The signal, 2 minutes to go. And everyone in the all eyes are trained on the blast point.
I'd like to find out how
Seen from the air, the towering waves set in motion appear to be only shallow ripples. The beach at Bikini gets a pounding. A television screen records an on-the-spot picture story. Drone planes fly through the turbulent air mass above Bikini Lagoon, deadly with its radioactive gases. And for days it was not safe for salvage crews to board the damaged ships. Geiger counters recorded the intense rays, which would have proved fatal. They found the Jap battleship Nagato badly damaged. She later sank. The destroyer Hughes was beached to prevent its sinking. 5 submarines were listed as sunk or damaged. And the historic old battleship New York was a battered hulk, its superstructure twisted and torn. The proud Saratoga, veteran of many naval campaigns, goes down many hours after the blast. Efforts were made to salvage the historic carrier the Japs could never sink, but old Sarah finally goes down in the cause of science. And now are shown the most dramatic pictures of the underwater blast. Here is the motion picture spectacle of all time. There's but one defense against the atom bomb, and that is distance. And distance will mean nothing without world peace. This is Crossroads.
And people, so you know that was a baby nuke. That's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to what we have now.
Yeah, it's a baby nuke.
Nothing.
Well, it said it was their fifth nuke, so
it was the fifth one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It
wasn't quite at the H bomb level yet, but it's an impressive explosion.
Yeah,
87 ships. They didn't say how many total.
Well, he gave you a good idea though. So it was 5, 6, 7, 8. About 11 ships were sunk. He didn't give you how many were damaged. Like not battle capable, but that's what I'm saying. Most of the ships didn't get sunk in the initial blast, and everybody was kind of like, "What?" I mean, it's a big. Now today, you drop a 50 kiloton nuke there, and none of them ships are going to survive.
No, they would be melted.
They all of those 87 ships would be down. Well, you got to remember, Jeffrey. So nukes are funny. So if you drop a nuke in New York City, let's say 50 kiloton, big nuke, monster nuke. Okay, one of the biggest nukes. More than likely, it's going to be like a 10 kilo or 20 kilo, but we'll say 25 kilo. Let's say 25 kiloton nuke. So they dropped a nuke in New York, so it's gonna do it. No, it don't hit the ground. It's an aerial burst. Nukes are set to explode at a certain altitude. Then they go. So if you ever watch one, you'll notice the stuff underneath it doesn't immediately get wiped out because it burst out like this before it recoils back. But regardless, the first initial blast, everything within 2.5 miles is vaporized. Just everything within 5 miles is pretty badly damaged, and everybody is dead or melted or something.
And at least the war on fire.
Yeah. Another 2.5 miles, the blast will have started to slow down, and people will have started surviving at 15 miles. This is at 15 miles. Depending on the way the wind is blowing, you may or may not be safe. Now, if you think you're going to jump in your car and outrun the blast, no, you're fucking dead. It's moving way
Nina
faster.
Jones is bullshit. If you're getting inside of the lead-lined refrigerator, maybe. But if going back to the video that we just saw, though, if those ships were manned, what you saw after the initial blast was a wall of steam. It wasn't a wall. Yes, it's water, but it wasn't a wave. It was
water.
It was radioactive steam. Number one. Number two, it was piping hot. So anyone on deck, and I bet you that steam would have gotten into most of the cabins on all the surface ships. Anyone that was walking around would get that in their lungs and die instantly. Their lungs would be instantly seared, and then they would start coughing and breathing in more radiation, and then would be basically steamed to death.
What was that, Jesse? Well, no. So it was kind of a 3-tier thing. So it pushed an initial little mini tsunami out in front of it. But as it was pushing the tsunami, what Jay's talking about, everything behind it was vaporized. So it became steam. And we're not just talking ordinary steam like 200 degrees shit. We're talking about stuff that melts the flesh off your body. And if the steam ain't doing it, the radiation in it is. You're dead anyway. Yeah. The sheer heat inside the ships would have been more than most humans could handle. Now, those ships that were 2 miles out from it, those people could have survived. Because that was a small nuke, but a 20 kiloton, they're not going to survive. They're still going to be dead. So if China was to fly over like a carrier fleet, a task force, which is what's in the Gulf right now, and just drop a 20 kiloton, it would sink them all. If they could get that close. Remember, the damn thing has F-35s on board of it and all kind of other shit on board.
It's probably got a railgun too, I would imagine now.
Now, I don't want to scare you people, but I'm going to tell y'all something I don't really talk about on here. So the Chinese have been buying us stuff. Chinese owns 1.5% of the farmland in the United States. That's not so much as important as they also are building the things that build Bitcoin blockchain computers. And they consume so much energy that if we got into a war with somebody or a conflict, they could actually use those, not just only to spy on the industrial complex, but to use them to suck so much power out of our system that they would bring our systems down. So that's one thing. But all the farmland they're buying are near military bases. So to help y'all understand this, the Ukraine took one little container, rolled it into Russia on a truck, opened the door up and unleashed and blew up Russia's nuclear bombing fleet on the fucking ground.
Mm-hmm.
No one ever saw it coming. Now, China can mass produce drones like we can. They may not be as good as ours, but it necessarily need to be good if there's a lot of them.
Yeah, but of this, if they've got the land there, they could be shipping in Amazon crates, and no one would know what was in them.
Well, that's what they're talking about. Oh no, they get checked, but that's what they're talking about. A lot of stuff could be going on that we don't know about.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, there's a good World War II example that Hitler used. Well, maybe it wasn't Hitler, but one of his troops. They were to take over this town and keep a hold of it, and they knew the Allies were watching it. So this one troop of Germans would march in the daytime as German soldiers, and then they would change into Austrian worker outfits, and then march back out, as workers at the end of the day. And then the next day, the same soldiers would walk back into the city as German soldiers, stay inside. Then they would change into the worker outfits until the end of the day, and then they would walk back out. And they did this for several weeks. And at one point, the Allies were thinking there's 15 divisions of soldiers in this one little town. But it held off being attacked because it was like a fifth column kind of deal. They were just multiplying themselves.
It's what's that, Jeffrey? Let me see if I can find this. It's just Japan came up with 2 new weapons recently that sounded pretty badass. One of them, no, they came up with a new laser. It's a fast kind of laser. It's used to destroy drones, and China's just pissed about it for some reason. I guess because they're over there in the South China Sea.
Well, because they know we're onto their tactic now.
It's but see, that's the other problem, guys. Knowing that China's doing all of this puts us in a bad place, and we're playing their game. They're not playing our game, so we need to quit that.
Well, how is it that China, the country, is able to buy our farmland?
Not just them. There's other people who own farmland here too. I forgot what the percentage was. Like 11% of U.S. farmland belongs to other countries. Figure that one out.
Shocking, but not surprising, because our bank is run by European conglomerate banks.
So it's yeah, but these days our banks influence theirs more than theirs influence ours. And when it started out, it was the other way around, because back in the old days,
still run by European interests, though.
They want it to be, but nowadays it's more run by SpaceX and Zuckerberg and Gates and stuff like that. They have more money. That's why. Jeff Bezos was just bragging today about how much more money he's got than anybody else except for Elon Musk.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Bezos, that communication guy, the guy that didn't even graduate 9th grade, that Mexican guy that opened that communication company. I think he's like 5th or 6th wealthiest man in the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he didn't even graduate high school, people. Tells you what motivation can do for you. Well, back in the early days of the country, it wasn't as important to finish college as it is today. And today, it's not as important to finish college if you're going to go join the military, or maybe go to a whatchamacallit school, where you just learn a trade school. Yeah, there you go. Well, it's important to have an education of some sort, or you can't make it. And with governments like the current government, they're not going to give healthy people free money. See, under Trump, you could get away. Under Biden, you could get away with that. Under Trump, you're not going to be able to. You haven't seen all those Californian people that have been taking on their ex accounts and talking about how they're going to have to get a job, and they've never had a job ever, them or their husband. The California feds always paid for them. Wish I'd have known, man. sit at home. I can't sit at home anyway. I'm going nuts now. Retired. Technically, I retired. It's been a year now. I'm about to lose my mind. So, yes, I'm and I got the station that keeps me busy, and iCar, but still ain't enough. I'm used to being busier. Used to have more money and being busier, so I may have to go start doing something else. But no, I'm not getting rid of radio station. But I mean, just something that keeps me busy. Well, you know, when I check in front of the big boss, I don't want to say, "Hey, I was just sitting around fucking off." He might take a dim V of that, or he, she, it, whatever it is.
Oh, so did you the pictures of the structures on Mars? Did you have those or?
We'll have to grab them off the thing. They're on the other computer, but like I said, I'm over here. But I'll just pull the. We can. Well, if I can get back to the damn page. Jeez, on Pete. I was looking for where I had all this stuff opened at. Let's see. It was it looked all goldy colored and stuff. That might have just been the rendition I was looking at first. I'll have to work my way down to there now. Yeah, we already talked about the storm. I'm just reading the list, guys, while I'm talking to y'all. Republican takes lead in new California governor race. Poll puts him quite a well ahead. Where's that other? Oh, that's just the poll part. Okay. Mysterious declassified footage. We just looked at that. Mysterious structures on Mars. Mysterious Mars structures prove there was life on Mars. Oh, wait, we got to go look at this.
Yeah, that's the one.
There's a couple we want to look at, but that one's definitely one we want to look at. Where in the hell is my we don't care about that, people. We'll have to come back and look at that after a while. Hit enter. Let's see. Strange geological structures found on Mars, but no one can explain what's creating them. That's not the one I'm looking for. Oh man, they done found yet another planet, and that they know for sure has oceans on, so they're positive there's life on it.
Where?
It was. I read it today.
Oh shit!
It was Well, this is not what I'm looking for here. This is discovery that could finally prove there was once life on Mars. We know that. Nah, there's no doubt now that there was life on Mars. Yeah, nobody really argues about that anymore. The current argument is there life there right now? Or we're going to find anything that resembles life there now? And I'm saying yes. I think we're going to definitely find some stuff on. I think we're going to definitely find some stuff on Mars. I think this is the article right here. So let's see what this is.
This one says mysterious giant structures have been discovered beneath the surface of Mars. May 17th, 2025. The article came out.
No, I think this is the one I'm looking for. Let me double check. But the one I had earlier had a video audio clip. Mysterious structures prove there was life on the red planet. The surface of Mars looks like an empty red wasteland, but if you look a bit closer, there are remnants of an ancient alien civilization. Okay, really? That sounds cool. Where the hell is this? I'm trying to find. Oh, there's a picture right there. Let me grab this. Where am I at?
Oh, yeah, I just found it too.
Let me close this for a minute. X that out for a minute. What's that, Jimmy? No, I'm going to post this right quick. And Jay might have a better version. So I'm going to post this and then he can look and we'll see. What are you talking about? No, this isn't. This is off of a regular news place. Okay, there we go. Can you see it?
This is Daily Mail UK.
Okay, there we go.
Wow.
What the hell is that, people?
You got. Oh yeah. That's what I was looking at. Keyhole. Looks like some of the keyhole. They call Tortuga. Tombs in Japan. Look like keyhole tombs.
Yeah, it's interesting to see it. It's been there for quite some time. You can see the sand buildup on the right side of it and below it. Oh, what's that, Jesse? They don't think it's naturally occurring. They think it's a structure. It's not the only structures. There have been other structures seen on Mars, and even NASA now is trying. They won't deny they're not.
It's called
They
a
were not
Copeland
shipping
tube. Do you have 12 pictures there with yours?
But what? Let me see.
I've got.
Oh,
There it
it is.
is.
Okay,
Copeland tube.
yeah. So that's what they're saying it looks like.
That's the equivalent we have here on Earth. Yes.
It's interesting. Now, where the hell is this, though?
That's Japan.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Do what?
There's a parrot. It's a parrot geoglyph. Is the third, the next one. It has 22 points of anatomical correctness. That's kind of strange.
Okay, well, first off, this looks like water right here. And this is very weird. This right here. I still don't see the damn parrot. Oh, right here. Okay, never mind. I'm going blind. No, that's not one of the glass tubes. That's just sand buildup right there. They do kind of look like that, but see, that's what they're trying to say is right there, guys. There you go. Great archaeology. Oh, you have to go back and look at that.
Yeah, that's the Carl Sagan pyramid.
Ugly bastard. So, guys, when you look at this, they see this from space. If this was on Earth, they would instantly, first thing you would hear is, wow, look at these ruins, man.
Yeah.
These rooms and stuff. Well, no, these are straight lines, guys. Look at this. I mean, this is straight everywhere you go, man. That's construction.
Those are straight in all 90s all over.
Yeah, that's look at this.
Mother Nature might occasionally, once in a while, make a direct true 90 or a 30, 60, 90 on certain minerals, but not like that. That's lattice work. That's like a complex.
And these are probably more square.
If you go to the next photo, they show us a city in Saudi Arabia that looks very similar.
Yeah. Well, no, what I was showing in here is if you look here, the reason is because somebody wrote to me just now and said they weren't all squared. I said, but if you look, they're filled. There's dirt in it. That's all dirt. That's all stuff coming in, blowing in, blowing in. At one time, this thing had a roof on it. Look at these perfect circles. It's looks like a damn skull. Anyway, let's move down to the next one.
And that's the city. Very eerily similar, huh?
Yeah, that's on the planet Earth. People don't get crazy now.
Saudi Arabia.
They're just showing y'all what it looks like.
Comparison what's on Mars, what we have on Earth. Now, this one is a stretch.
Is there a picture of it? Oh,
yeah, well, that's what they think it looks like. That's Fort McHenry in, I think, Virginia.
I don't see it. Moving on.
Yeah,
they can't.
I
all
said
be
it was
right
a stretch.
Oh, no, that was all. That was all of those. But
that's it.
But you see, there's definitely things on the surface of Mars that makes you go, okay. But I've been talking about this for decades. I already told people about the desensitization program, and that's where they are now. They're well working into it. The first thing was to find something that suggests that there was life. So the first thing they did was they found oxygen, and then they found carbon, and they found a couple of things, which a lot of this is only produced by life. And they're like, okay, well, it might have been some kind of life. Then they found some stuff that looked like fossils, maybe sort of. Then they proved that there's water on Mars, which means if there's water in the atmosphere, there is life somewhere. So it's just walking us up. And then the next step after that was to find an ancient world, not something that's alive today, something that people could look at and say, well, look, oh yeah, there was really intelligent life here, but it's not there anymore. So it's not a threat. They can't bring us to the point to where we're ready to meet them until they go through all of these stages, because people like you and I don't have to be desensitized, but 6 other billion people do have to be desensitized.
And the way I recall the history of it, it was like, throughout the whole, when they first found that rock that allegedly had the bacteria from Mars on it, it's like, there's life from Mars. There's not. There is. There's not. So they waffled on it to like a lot to like kill the interest in it. And then finally, what was it, last year, the year before, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, NASA finally goes, there's life on Mars. And we're all like, you and I were like, no shit. You've been saying that for years.
We're like, why don't you fucking catch up, you moron? No, Jesse, I mean, because look, first off, I could have told, I did say this when I hosted Wake Up USA, and I actually said it at conferences before that. Mars has 2 ice caps. They recede, they melt. So when they melt, you see this black, it looks black from here, maybe green, maybe any color, I don't really know, but it plumes out and covers where the ice sheet used to be. So it's some type of bacteria, mold, fungus. I don't know what
they're there in summer, they're gone in winter. I mean, they're there in winter, gone in summer. So when the ice caps goes, this mass arrives.
Well, Jesse, where do you think the ice goes? It melts. How do you think the ice gets back? It snows. Yes,
or it freezes and comes back up from the Earth.
Yeah, but Mars. It actually snows on Mars. Mars
what do you call the ground on Mars anyway? You call it Marth? Mars?
Permafrost, baby. We'll just use permafrost and leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's just dirt. Well, they found out something recently too that was surprising. They had dug up some rocks and checked the soil underneath it, and it wasn't dead. Well, they figured all the soil on Mars was dead because of the radiation, but now they're finding that it looks like underneath things.
Yeah, I think the solar radiation from the sun only penetrates about 2 or 3 inches into the soil, so it wouldn't kill anything buried 3 or 4 inches deep.
Or if there's a 1 foot tall rock or something bigger on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just they're finding more and more stuff every day. They just released that fossil thing the other day. I don't know what the hell it was, but it looked like some kind of fossil or something. Well,
and I saw a blurb about some huge dinosaur predatory bird found in Peru that was like enormous, larger than ever thought of or discovered before.
Well, if they're correct about the water, there was more water on Mars than there is on Earth. And you know what's funny about this? 2 of the moons they think have more water than we do. And think about this. We're 3/4 water. Actually, we're a little more than 3/4. We're about 80, 70.
7/10, 70% water.
It's and these planets have more water than we do. So that means Mars mostly was covered.
Yeah, there's very little land. Very little land.
They probably had little continents, little mini Pangeas or something.
Or very small. I would think very, very small islands, like islands like maybe not the size of Australia, but not the size of Hawaii either.
Yeah, Australia might have been good. Well, maybe half the size. I don't know. Something. Anyway, there would have been lots of them because we do see there's mountains and ridges and rises on Mars. So you would have had
there was geological activity at one point.
Yeah, and don't forget that it used to have a magnetic field. That's why it could support life. Today, it really doesn't have a magnetic field of any kind.
Well, because it's no longer geologically active. If it had a hot metal spinning core, it would generate a magnetic field.
And see, that's another thing that's weird. They do think parts of Mars may still be geologically active because there's Mars quakes. So if there's Mars quakes, that means there's some type of geological activity somewhere. But as far as they know, the core is dead. But they don't really know what the core was. First, they said it was a core like ours. Then they said it's a crystal core. And then they said it was something else. They don't even know what kind of fucking core it is. If it had a magnetic field, which they said it did, it would have had to have been a core closer to ours.
Yeah, I don't think a crystal core is going to create a magnetic field. It would have to be a liquid metal.
What's that, Jesse? Well, crystals can create waves, but not like not magnetic fields.
They can store and redirect energy too, but they can't. They can't. They can't create a magnetic field.
Yeah, you're not
metal. They're just you can't magnetize crystal. It's a different structure. Although, okay, so the structure of metal and the structure of crystal and the structure of ice, they all have a similar lattice, the different types of patterns of lattice, but they all have those same crystalline forms, but metal can be magnetized, whereas crystal cannot. It's just, I don't know why the properties are like that. That's part of the properties of heavy metals. They can be magnetized and demagnetized at will.
No, Mike, we just showed these actually. That's the pictures we just showed those. Yeah, we just showed them. Well, yeah. Anyway, oh shit. Hold on. Let me.
We're coming up on time to go.
It's Let's see. What's
Shawnee got going on his show tonight? Let's take a look.
What do you mean? Ain't no Sean behind us tonight, baby. It's just us.
No Hazlitt? Sean Hazlitt?
Saturday, baby. It's Friday.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Even off a week, done lost track of time, man. That ain't good.
Man.
What's
He
that
does have
coming?
his show ready for tomorrow, though.
Yeah, he does.
Zero Glass Darkly Radio, Quantum Mirrors, and Dimensional Portals. Oh, that'll be a good one.
He is a dimensional portal. What are you talking about? No, he. What's that saying? No, hold on.
I think everybody on the network is dimensional.
Yeah, quite a few of them are anyway. That's for sure. Oh, by the way, I'm glad you said that. Let me. Where's this at? Let me see if I can do this right quick. I was looking for something I wanted to talk about right quick, but before we do that, where is media assets at? Oh, it's not on here. Why is it not on?
It's right there. Media. What do you need?
Oh no, I was uploading something. I must have forgot to upload it. So there's going to be a Halloween party on Halloween. Well, this shows. So Friday night is Halloween's on a Friday night this year, and I believe it's on a Friday night this year. I should double check and say when I say that. But
hey, Google, what day is Halloween on this year?
Halloween will be on Friday, October 31st.
So anyway, it's going to be Friday night. So there's a Halloween party on the show before this one. Yes. I'm gonna go find the thing and put it up here in a second. But let me.
Church of Mavis is taking a vacation on the 31st. So
keep talking to him, Jose. Let me go find this thing right quick. Switch computers right quick, people. That's it.
Yeah, he's gonna duplicate once again.
Well, I can turn this over here so y'all can hear me now. Can y'all hear me okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just moved the mic over. So spun it around. No, I'm on the Big Daddy computer now. That's the baby computer over here. I'm not on the monster computers, but this is a beastie. This is a workhorse computer. Some computers are for workhorsing. Well, I was gonna say that to somebody the other day, asked me about that, but when you want a workhorse computer, you want an AMD. When you want a media computer, you want a Microsoft. Well, you can get an Apple too, but Apple's proprietary. That's why I don't use it.
Yeah, it used to be way back in the day. People always wondered what the difference is. What's better for what? Apples were better for artwork and music and that kind of thing, and keeping books. Whereas Microsoft or IBM's were way better at bookkeeping and better on the printing end and that kind of thing. They were more math based and task based rather than creative based.
Mute myself before I come in the room and send us into some kind of. No, Kirby, there's two more things I want to talk about before we get out of here. But look at that. Get you muted. All right, good deal.
Devices are not connected there, Joe.
Good deal, and that's the way we want them to be too.
Okay.
Oh, now I'm hearing myself through the speaker. That was weird. That was wow. Before I start blasting myself out. No, Jimmy, I just wanted to play this cute little thing. It needs to be in the system for all the other shows. I figured I might as well do it now and just get it over with. Because I'll sure as hell forget about it if I don't. No, these people put in hard work for this stuff. There it is right there. Let's pop it into the system. La 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 la. Hey, while I'm up here, let's look at something on this computer. Oh, what is this? Giant planet is discovered inside Jupiter. What?
What happened?
Wait a minute. It says gigantic planet is discovered inside Jupiter.
Really?
Get them. Now, see. Damn it. Give me this link. You're going to look it up? Go ahead. I was going to send you.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
You know what? Here. Where am I? I keep getting lost. I know I'm in the room somewhere. Where am I at? Right here. There I am. Where's the damn private chat? There it is. We're going to pop a link in here right quick. That might help. Boom. Well, I wasn't planning on looking at the people. I was doing something else. Because I was. Leave me alone, people. Don't bug me. Let's see. So let's look at that. Yeah, we might strike in Venezuela. Hopefully not.
No, that's not it.
Wait a minute. Russia allegedly strikes UN aid convoy. Oh, come on.
What?
That's what it says.
Did that just happen?
I don't know, but it just probably wasn't there earlier today when I was reading these news articles. A lot of new stuff appearing all of a sudden. Alien who lived in the Pentagon. Oh, that was Valiant Thor, if I remember correctly. Boy, there's a lot of alien stuff. What is Trump's approval rating? C polls 3 weeks into government shutdown. Kirby, it's well, last time, well, we watched one earlier. They had him a point up. Oh, here you go. So before the strike, he was at 40%. Now he's at 44%. It went up to 42. Now it's at 44. That's a 4-point increase. Y'all keep telling me they blaming the Republicans. I'm not feeling it. 53% disapprove of deciding to demolish the East Wing. No, fuck you. I guarantee that was a liberal poll. Yeah, Jack, that's just part of the way the world works, my friend.
Hey.
Okay.
Gigantic planet is on the screen.
Is it? Let me come back to where I can see it because I'm not. Okay.
It is, yes.
There it is. It is Jupiter. Where's the planet at?
Well, it's a 6-minute video.
Oh, skip through it, man. I want to see the planet.
Oh, hang on a second.
As it is, we got to be running over. Well, Jesse, technically the show is 4 hours. We just usually only do 3. For the last
size and mass. It is, without a doubt, an impressive world. However, given its enormous accumulation of gas, astronomers have identified something unexpected within this gas giant, a genuine rocky planet inside it. Surprisingly, even though Jupiter is primarily composed of gas, there is a hidden core beneath all that matter. Of course, it is highly unlikely that we will ever be able to reach it, but what would this kind of planet inside Jupiter be like?
All right.
In today's content, we will journey through the atmosphere of the largest planet in the solar
system. Whole new stuff here. I thought they meant they found a planet inside the gas. They're talking about the core of the planet itself.
Yeah.
The core of Jupiter. So, because they always talk about Jupiter being a gas giant, but they figured this.
Viewers always speculated. What was it? Was it crystalline structure? Was it a metallic structure? Was it a rocky structure?
Look at it differently. So, y'all remember Shoemaker 11-9, right? The little asteroids that collided in Jupiter.
Yeah.
Well, Jupiter
about 27 pieces.
Yeah, Jupiter's a vacuum. It's been doing this for millions of years. So all of that gets compressed in the middle. So it's been growing a core for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no telling how actually big it is. But they think it's bigger than Earth.
It's probably composed of all kinds of stuff. Ice.
Yeah,
gases.
I don't know about
metals.
ice. Ice probably gets squeezed out as it's being pulled down.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, guys. And nobody's ever been under pressure like that, so we don't really know how.
Well, I mean, if it's grabbing rocks, it's grabbing comets too. So there's definitely ice water in there somewhere.
Well, no, it's what I mean. As it's being pulled down, as it's going through the clouds, it's squeezing. It's like grabbing a lemon, and as you squeeze it, all the juice is coming out. Well, the harder you squeeze it, the more it's going to come out.
Squeeze my lemon, baby, till the juice runs down my leg.
Closer, the deeper it goes into Jupiter, the more pressure there is.
Oh,
so that's what,
yeah.
I would think most water would be squeezed out before it ever got to where the rocky core is. But
it may also be the world's largest diamond at the core of Jupiter.
That's true too. China's big plan to sink U.S. Navy aircraft carriers comes down to 4 words. You stupid fuckers. What? Hey,
what?
You can't say that about us. They're saying that China's producing missiles at such a rate that it could just rain missiles down on a carrier. Well, that's true. But we also have phalanxes in our own missiles. So
we have there's lots of countermeasures, and there's an umbrella of airplanes above it at all times during war. So
you gotta get your drone close enough to do that. Let's just be honest, people. Oh yeah, NASA probe records lights during the night on Jupiter. Nobody knows what the hell that's about. It's well, Jupiter's becoming more and more in our thoughts, I guess might be a better way of saying it. And then two of Putin's big buddies kicked him to the curb. I don't know why. They didn't say. Colombia tells U.S. stop blowing up fucking ships in the Gulf. Trump flipped the bird. The financial report wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. NASA confirms ancient livable environments have been found on Mars.
What have?
It says, let me go back. Ancient livable environments have been found on Mars.
Caverns.
This is on the surface. It's one of the rovers.
So what does it mean? They found structures that people can live in?
No, it just says evidence mounts that Mars once. Hey, where'd you go? Once hosted. Oh, it changed. That's why. Sorry about that, guys. It's being a pain in the ass. Evidence mounts that Mars once hosted was a life-friendly place like Earth. They mean it had a lot of life, not just a couple of species, but it had a lot of life. I'm telling you, we're just Martians. People don't like when I say it because they don't like that idea, but we're just Martians. Let's see. Organic carbon was identified in Martian mudstones. So, yeah, organic carbon, people. Organic carbon is our stupidest. Or anything that's alive, was alive, is alive. Let's see. Mars exhibited transitions between acidic and alkaline water into regular water phase. What did that say about that?
Yeah, it looks like the lights on Jupiter are auroras, like what we have here on our poles.
The rock Cheyenne Falls drew focus as potential biosignature sample. Holy crap! So they know now that now they know there's life on Mars. They're just fucking around and slowly but surely telling us about it. That's why you got all this stuff in the government. Let's make things. They've got to the point where NASA knows unequivocally that there's life on Mars.
They're only saying that there was life, not saying that there still is.
So a couple of new things too. SpaceX has a new fuel that could change the race to Mars. It could cut it down. They said anywhere from 1 month to 2 months.
Wow.
As it is, they were saying we were getting there pretty fast. Then
what is this new super fuel, and can we use it in our cars?
But wait, it gets better. This is another invention. The microwave plasma jet engine that could change everything. So everything keeps changing. What are you talking about, Chris? Oh, you mean that stupid big thing the Chinese built in their country?
That will be right back.
That's what you're talking about, right? The mysterious ball of fire falling from space. No, I mean, what we just went through, I think it was the Leonids or the Orionids, whatever. Haley Comet's debris was what we just went through. It appeared that we had fallen meteors, little balls. That looks like something off of one of the probes or something. Yeah, I think it's like that. Evidence that forced the government to admit UFOs is real. Video play after ad, we don't care. New releases photos of vegetation on Mars. What? Well, I don't know, Gene. We'll see in a minute. I was looking for this earlier and I couldn't find it. Mars explained blah, 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 blah. Studying rocks and samples. Yeah, yeah. Well, you can tell one time there was a lot of water on it. What's that, Chris? No, that was Marinara Valley right there, but there are more than one galaxy on Mars, which is weird. Not like that big, no, bitch. No, can't fit in. God knows how many times. It's color it looks a lot like Earth, though. Just a rocky old dirty planet. Well, Mars and Venus show us what climate change can really do to a planet, though, doesn't it?
Well, and also some of the older photos from NASA, they've admitted that they colorized the old Mars photos to look red because when they got there, they found the same color dirt that we have.
Yeah, a lot of cases they did. Well, no, Jack, they got in trouble because of the blue skies of Mars. Yeah, one of their rovers picked up blue skies on Mars. It's just an atmospheric thing, but this guy's a little more violent. It just depends. Well, they said they found vegetation. That's what I'm trying to find out. I want to see some damn vegetation. Show me some vegetation, man. What is this big square thing? What the hell was that? Go back. Mars is a mess, man. Oh, I'd love being there, guys. I'd be all over the damn planet. I'd be exploring every day. I'd be trying to find out ways I could stay out there long. Maybe it's like, what's that old Mars movie where they used to heat the rocks up to make oxygen? It was Robinson Crusoe on Mars, Jack. Yeah. No, the physics, it's like the Martian Chronicles. Both those movies, they landed, they could breathe. The pressure was fine. No, it's not. So it's these weird swirls, and every time they show a good one, NASA just clips right the hell over it. Oh, yeah, look at that. That does look like vegetation. Man, I had something growing on Mars. Hey, slide. No, it actually looks like it's standing up. That looks like a little mini tree. Look at this shit. And it's in between this. You know what that reminds me of? On the beaches, they put these little sticks up with these little bats on it to catch.
If you're throwing something up on the screen, we can't see it.
Let me see. I thought I had it up there. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Oh, I don't think I do. Let's see. Let's go find it. This
And this isn't the only phenomenon giving Mars's surface an exotic look. Dust devils, mini whirlwinds of dust, sweep across the plains often, leaving visible trails behind. Marsquakes also trigger landslides that alter the landscape, adding to or creating new markings. The interaction of wind, ice, dust, and ground instability makes for a highly dynamic environment. The landscapes are always shifting, even if slowly. As the ice under the dunes sublimates, the escaping gas carries dark sediments with it. The contrast between the bright surface dust and the darker layer below creates the striking visual effect that captured NASA's and the public's attention. These natural drawings, besides being beautiful, help scientists learn more about Martian soil. By analyzing the streaks and patterns, they can estimate terrain composition, sediment grain size, and dune stability. HiRise's ability to spot tiny details makes it perfect for capturing these events with precision. Theories claiming primitive plant life or alien activity. While those ideas are exciting, scientists have shown there's no evidence of life in these specific formations. They're simply the result of fascinating natural processes under Mars's extreme conditions. Still, it's hard not to be awed by the visual similarities between Mars and Earth. Even as a barren, lifeless world, Mars reminds us of some of our own planet's desert regions.
Well, that's what I was saying. If you ever go to the beach, they drive these stakes down, and in between them, they put netting to catch the sand to make dunes so that the grass will grow up around them. It just kind of looks like that. But you can't tell if they're standing up or if they're laying down if the shot's not right. It's an angled shot. It needed to be from above, which there probably is one from above. They're just not going to show us. What are you talking about, Jess?
In the last few months of 2023,
we're not looking at that. Trying to get out.
Just over.
Science discovers super Earth with oceans. That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah, you closed it out, but
no, I'm on a different. I'm on a different page.
Okay. Well, we are also 20 minutes beyond. If you want to keep going.
Well, now technically we're not 20 minutes beyond. That's so. I know Jesse. He don't know that though because he's never seen the banners. The banners actually show we go from 9 to 1. I just always usually close it at 12 because usually all three of us were working. So it's yeah. Well, Chris, I mean, both him and Jay was getting up way early in the morning, and so was Sean. Yeah, you know, I didn't get up as early as him, but I was still getting up early. So
Yeah, we were all up early working during the week.
Yeah, it's hard to stay up late when you're up early in the morning. No, we only got like 2 more anyway, but still, what the hell did I do with it? Identification of super Earth is made possible through combination of advanced techniques and technologies. Atmosphere utilized data from powerful space telescopes like Kepler and Hubble. James Webb. Wait, James Webb. I don't believe that. Let's see. Exhibits Earth into properties that significantly larger than Earth with the size that suggests a high gravitational pull. The planet's composition is rich in water, which means it has plants, it probably has oxygen, it has a rocky terrain, prime candidate for the potential water-rich nature of this planet offers a tantalizing glimpse into the world. You notice we've sure been finding a lot of planets with water on, and planets and moons.
Well, I think it's the second most abundant thing in the universe because hydrogen is the most.
But you need oxygen too, right? H2O.
Yeah, so they must be like, must be the top three. Oxygen, hydrogen, and water are the top three elements in the galaxy, in the universe, even.
Mysterious Martian structures were. It's what kind of gun is that? Phaser rifle. What the? Look at that. Let me see right quick. Come on, turn off the damn commercials. So I'll put it up on the screen. Stop. That's too long. We can do a look at this stuff. Yeah. Plus. Share. Now, what kind of rifle is that?
I don't know. Let me see.
They said it. What do they call it? A phaser rifle.
It looks like a bullpup design, first of all.
Oh, it's like Star Trek? What the hell? It's a real phaser rifle?
Lethal engagement, or as they put it, set phasers to stun.
Well, let's see it cook off.
Sabre 203 laser. One of the Air Force Directed Energy Directorate's first laser weapon developments was Sabre 203, a state-of-the-art laser that was specifically fitted to an M16 assault rifle armed with a 40mm grenade launcher. Sabre 203 comprised 2 parts, a metallic capsule that shares the same shape and size as the 40mm grenade launcher and that houses the laser device, and a tiny control box that snaps onto the launcher's base. To use the laser, an operator first loaded the laser capsule into the 40mm tube as if it were a grenade. Then, he placed a battery pack on the M16's underside and snapped it. The operator then manually activated the laser with a button located on the battery pack, and it could be set in motion without interruption or pulse to turn it on and off. Sabre 203 was easy to operate and handle under combat, where a soldier or marine could easily swap the capsule for a conventional grenade to fire against the enemy. During the American invasion of Somalia during Operation the Sabre 203 laser illuminator set the groundwork for what would eventually be the phaser rifle. Banning laser weapons. Blinding laser weapons.
Move past.
Oh, commercial.
Come on, commercial, get out of there.
Pain with Vicks VapoFreeze. Get hours of pain.
Vapor freeze. I'll be freezing my shoulder off and shit. What's that? Oh, that Malola dog. We get ready to come out. I need something like a steak or something. Chicken steak.
Protocol on blinding laser weapons. Protocol 4 of the 1980 Convention on Certain Conventional Weapons was formally issued by the UN on October 13, 1995. Since then, over 109 countries or to the eye with corrective eyesight devices.
That just sounds nasty.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. This is what we were looking for all night. All right. This is what we was looking for before we left, guys.
Oh, okay. Throw it up.
Let's see. Throw it up here. So this is Titan, people.
It's up.
Okay, let's go back over here. This is the Moon Titan.
Wow.
Look at this. Oceans, lakes, rivers. What the hell? Alien seas lie hidden beneath Titan's haze. Look at that. Not huge. It's not huge. It's a decent size. It's not huge.
Go back down the pic. There we go. And then they got a picture for an ad. Jesus Christ! What the hell?
Yeah, that's where we are. The photos show lakes hundreds of kilometers wide.
That's AI right there. It looks like.
It's let's see. So one of the lakes spanning roughly 400 kilometers across.
Jeez.
Liquid bodies of vast scales. Doesn't say if it's water or not. Well, people, just because it's liquid don't mean it's water.
Yeah, could be ammonia.
Could be a couple of things actually, man. We don't know. You know, it's just. Well, they haven't said that. Wait, what was that about? Move thing. Let me out of here. I knew I saw it. Yeah, look, there's moons in the background. That is cool as hell.
I think that's an AI pic. I don't think that's an actual Cassini probe picture.
It's not saying either way. When we opened it up, it said these were pictures of the planet. That's definitely a picture. Yeah, I think these are legit. Yes. Wow. Well, Jack, no, these are probably artist renditions or something. Renditions. I don't know. These look real, but it's hard to tell. So it's like a sulfur color?
Yeah. Here's I gotta pick another picture here.
This is before the picture's colored here.
Oh, yeah, I think I have one where they tinted it.
This is 2006, 2012, 2006, 2012. They're showing you the comparisons. Wow. That's cool as hell. So if there's lakes all over the place, there's more than likely some type of life here too. I'm telling you, I've been saying this for decades. We're going to probably find life in multiple locations in this solar system. Yeah, see, and we never knew any of this was here. Whoops, what happened? We always thought it was just a gaseous, horrible, nasty, rocky, dry planet. We didn't know all this other stuff was on. Well, anyway, I got to go to that other computer. So, ex-NASA engineered trillions of cloaked devices hidden across Earth.
What? Cloaked devices?
Cloaked devices. That's what it says. The ex-NASA engineered trillions of cloaked devices hidden across Earth. Trillions? What the hell?
Across Earth?
That's what it said. Across Earth. Secret CIA files claims alien presence on dark side of the moon. Yeah, we've been.
Well, we already knew that too.
Chinese fighter provokes U.S. plane with dangerous flare gun. We should have shot his ass. We shouldn't have done it. Airline somehow lands after getting hit by a missile. Man, it's been crazy today. Researchers investigate mysterious structures found on Venus. Oh, anyway, we got to get it. Let me switch computers. This is craziness. I'll be right back, guys. I just got to walk over yonder. Yonder like a little black Honda. Welcome back. Y'all can see me again. Hey, how y'all doing?
There we are.
So I was on the other computer, the beastie computer, and because I don't like playing stuff on this if I don't have to. This is not bad, but that one looks much better. I haven't seen it at night lately, Heidi. I don't know when you posted it, but I haven't seen it lately. Now we're getting ready to roll. I don't know. Just let me look right quick. But no, I think we went through all of that. I'll look just because we're sitting here. But where are we at? There we are. It's it's best. I'm hungry. Let me look. Yes, I know. I promise. Yeah, we knew about all that. Let me see. We knew about that. We knew about that. We talked about the trade deal. You must not have been here with Canada. Yeah. Trump told Canada to fuck off. First photo: Saturn's moon's Titan. Yes, wide lakes. What is this? New fuel, livable environments. Yeah, we found all of that. Bases. Oh, Jay and I have talked about this before. We're not going to get into it deep right now, but so the Business League put out another big thing about Gen X's are fucking idiots. Again, there are mass fine of Gen X's. Gen X's just can't work together with people. So this is what's starting to scare everybody.
They're the lost generation.
Well, who's going to run the cranes? Who's going to fly the jets?
Who's going to run the country?
Who's going to do the plumbing and the electrical? What the fuck? Where we? What? Yeah, you're going to have to let illegals in just so the fucking Z-Gens can live.
Yeah, we are losing more jobs in the trades than we are to other jobs. Cush jobs like video gamer and video game programmer and computer analyst.
It's I don't know. There's a lot going on. Yes, I did read that. Before we go, we'll touch on that real quick. Russia is actually massing its nuclear fleet at the Arctic Circle. Yes, that is.
That's not a good sign.
That's actually true. And what's left of its nuclear fleet is what I should say.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Should we be worried? Well, he's on the other side of the world. I mean, if he launches continental ballistic, that's too complicated to get into. But basically, the U.S. runs a triad for our nuclear defense. 450 nuclear missiles that can be the two people operating keys can launch 50 at a time, and they're in 5 or 6 days. There's also the submarines, and then there's the bombers. So it's a trident. It's a 3-tier attack system. Yes. So it's just to make sure that we kill our enemies. That's all. If they kill us, we want to make sure we kill them. Well, let's say China decided to attack us outright and blew up all kinds of stuff, and we just decided to just outright launch 2,500 nuclear weapons with multiple. Now, remember, you heard what I said, 2,500 nuclear weapons. Each one is multiple warhead, anywhere from 10 to 26 warheads. That's why we don't need 15,000 nukes anymore, because we have multiple warhead nukes. Yeah. No, they don't count them like that. They count them as one missile.
One weapon, yeah.
One weapon.
One weapon with multiple detonating devices upon it, but one weapon.
The only time they count a separate is if they're separately shelved. But when on that missile, it's one weapon. Even though the bitch goes and sends nukes out all over the place.
Shotgun nuclear.
If we wanted to, we could end the world. Oh yeah, and we could end it in a different way than most people think. You could start running nukes down to the Marinara Trench, 50 kiloton nukes, and just start cracking, and eventually just split the planet in half like a geo. Psh.
Yeah. Or cause such a disruption in the core that worldwide eruptions would happen. There would be volcanic activity everywhere for days, hours, months, years even, which could also destroy the planet. Would certainly block out the sun for decades.
Oh no, Justin, you couldn't just shoot the nuke down in the water, because it would crush it before it got that deep. And even if it didn't and it exploded, they showed deep nuclear explosions. It compresses them into a little ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't go all over the place. It actually compresses.
Same thing that happens to it in space. The exact same thing happens in space.
It's just the way it works out. But that's way deep when that happens. But you could actually, because we run pipes that deep already, you could run a pipe that deep and just. They've done it in Nevada before in a test facility, so I forgot how deep they actually went. But even a big nuke it's going to take. Yeah. The only one I know for sure that might have been dangerous was George Bush had ordered what they call a planet buster, 500 kilotons. A 500 kiloton nuke, if you dropped it over DC, would wipe out from Tampa Bay, Florida, to probably Ontario, Canada. It would just be like a, and it would spread so much contamination that I don't know. Unless it was a neutron bomb, then it would be different. Well, we're working on new radiations to swap out our bombs with that don't have long half-lives. But I don't like that idea because one of the things that keeps us from dropping nukes on each other is the fact that they take 10,000 years to go away. If all of a sudden the half-life is 2 years or 18 months or a year, you might see more nukes getting dropped. Or if you make a nuke the other way from fission, from fusion, then you won't have all the radiation contamination, just a big ass explosion. I don't know. But anyway, no, I'm hungry. Jay's all skinny looking. Look, he looks like he's starving. I told you when he's got his cameras off, he's stripping. He's throwing that thing out there in the air like that. Shame on you people thinking like that. No, we got to go. But again, before we get out of here, Gen Xers, come on, guys. I know y'all are young, and I was stupid when I was young too, so I ain't gonna hate on y'all. But still, that's why it's called young and dumb and full of bubble gum.
You know what? Yeah.
Full of bubble gum. Jay, you always got your mind gutter, man. Show him where you at. I need help. Jay's mind's in a gutter. What's that, Carol? Who? Oh no, Jay. Oh no, Sean named him Doomsday Jay because he's always Doomsday. Not lately, but he does a lot. No, we're gonna get out of here. We gotta go. I want. Ooh, excuse me, people. Actually, we didn't even get to the Facebook stuff. We'll get to that on maybe tomorrow or something. But we did get through all of the articles for the show. Yeah, we got through all of them. We did about 20 of them tonight, which is pretty good. That's a lot of stuff to cover in 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I freaked out for 1 hour and just played shit, so which I'm going to probably have to delete it, all of it, to leave it on YouTube. But
we might get banged for Thriller. Might bang it. Sure.
No, they'll just tell me. They'll be like, "Oh, you can't monetize that. You know that, right, dude? That can't be monetized. So don't get no ideas and monetize that, man, because you can't monetize that." Nah, Jeffrey, we got to go to. No, Jay said Jeff's off for the next month, I believe, huh?
No, just for he's just doing Friday Halloween. He's going to do the night off.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Then in December, it's like December 8th is the last show. We come back January 8th.
Yeah, I forgot it was where we were a month was.
Night, Heidi.
No, we already gave the books away, man. Heidi won them all.
Yeah.
I don't know why she won them all. You'd have to ask her. Brian Baker. That's not what we're looking for. That don't look like Jeff's banner. What the hell is that? No, Don, I'm talking to myself. But we got to. Sorry. We got to get out of here. It's past my bedtime, people.
Yeah, it's past my bedtime. I need to get some pain medicine for this kidney stone is starting to move again.
Ooh, yeah, man. Don't be playing with that shit. Them bitches
those
hurt.
things, they're not fun.
No, Jackie, we got to go. Jay and I say thank you for tuning in to United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side. Tomorrow, Office Cool is only going to be an hour. It's going to come on at 4. We're going to have 2 back-to-back episodes of Writers of the Future because John was in Frankfurt,
Germany.
Frankfurt, Germany. I'm sorry.
In the hometown of the Frankfurters.
But he's home now, and so we will double up and play the 2 archives tomorrow, which is nice for me because I only have to do an hour show, and then I get an hour break before I see Jay. And Sean's not going to be back for at least a month. He's out. Yeah, he had surgery. He's going to be out for a little while. When he's done, he'll be back. I talked to him yesterday. I actually talked to him a little bit today. He sounds like he's doing pretty good. He's going to be in some pain for a while. He's got to get through the pain. He's going to have to get used to some other things, but he sounds like he's adjusting pretty good. I try to at least hit him a text every day just to see how he's doing. It's nice to know people care about you, but he'll be back soon enough. Remember, he hosts 2 other shows besides when he's hanging out with Jay and I. So when he's with Jay and I, he's doing 4 shows a week. That's what I do a week.
Me too.
Yeah. So I mean, Jay does too. We stay busy. Sometimes I do 5. Sometimes Jay does 5. It just anyway. Not that important right now. We're going to go. Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio News on the flip side. I hope you enjoyed the news. There's a lot of good news tonight, a lot of good stuff out there, a lot of real news instead of, how can I say this, good news.
It was a very busy week.
Yes. Again, liberals believe in good facts, not real facts. Yes, it's a difference. That's a big difference. Real facts are real facts. Good facts are just whatever the fuck you want to make up.
Just pure fantasy.
That's what it is. Actually, Janice, I'm gonna stop cursing on news on the flip side. Yeah, it's probably my last night. Maybe next. Might take me 2 weeks to break it. Well, because we're getting ready to we're gonna probably put it out a couple places where the cursing will be unacceptable. Yeah. Actually, a couple of behaviors we'll have to break because it'll be unacceptable. Well, it's all about where you are and where you're not. And then we also start the new TV network. And I think we've got 10 days left on this one, and then we start the new one. So I think I'll look and see. And the new website, the website's been updated all over the place with a lot of new videos and stuff I wanted to see. Don't forget, help us out, people. I mean, we have a membership thing. You can help keep the network on thing. You know, make a donation, become a member, buy something. Send Jay and I a kiss. We'll be real happy. Well, if you're a guy,
yeah,
no gods. Look, you know, my name ain't Jeffrey. You can't be blowing me kisses.
Ladies only, yeah.
And in that note, good night, everyone. And you got the night off. We you can catch that Spaced Out Radio, and I know Dave Scott's on right now for another hour if you want to go check him out. And again, I told you all the people are going to be coming on, and we'll of course we'll talk about it again tomorrow. So, and if you have any recommendations, feel free to write me at iCorCox.net. Write to Jay. It doesn't matter. You can write to any of us. And if you have people you want to see, I always tell people the same thing. If you've got a person you want to see on a network, I want 2 things: a name and an email address, and I'll contact them. Unless you want to contact them, you can do that as well. But again, on that note, good night, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. United Public Radio News on the flip side. We will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the evening and have some fun. And from
on the chat.
You know, from our West Coast, it's only 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Well, I'm party somewhere. Good night.
1:42 for me. I'm going to take a pain pill and go watch some television.
That's right. I'm not going to take a pain pill, but I'm going to eat and go watch some television. But on that night, good night, everybody. Bing.